just something I randomly made, and I was like, I don't really think anything was gonna go, anywhere with it. I mean, I literally made Jack Creature just to be like creepy, just to creep people out, and then I
Mhm.
was just like, and it kind of just like morphed into this thing, and it was like me and Hemi just was like, we need to like make this a thing because this we could do a lot of cool stuff with this character. We can do a cool like it was our first major like storyline, like our first major story arc that we have done, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
I'm going to wait to say that. Oh my God, Drew. I'm going to say this. I'm going to save this rather for when Hemi is ready.
I'm
But
ready.
Mhm.
oh, you are ready. There
Yep,
we
I'm
go.
good.
Um, let me. So what I was going to say was, um, I think what really and you correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think what really set the wheels in motion, and we don't generally talk about community meetings on the channel unless it's like some big announcement, hey, the
Mhm.
live
Mhm.
server or whatever. But I harken back to a meeting we had a while back, and um, there was mention of long-term investigations or investigative RP, and it may not always be someone's sort of cup of tea. And I said I put the gif of The Rock standing in the ring with his hand out saying just bring it. And I would that be what kind of triggered, because I started getting investigations like right away after that. Did that have any influence on the whole Jack Creature thing?
Not for me, honestly.
No.
I think I actually missed that meeting because I don't remember that.
I mean,
Um.
it was in the chat too, so someone would have had to have
Mhm.
been in the chat watching, and sometimes that chat's even just turned off because people get too outrageous in there. But
Yeah, true. Yeah, I didn't that didn't really have any bearing on me. It was more just something that like I said, like I didn't have any plans for Jack until like me and Hemi like were just like we got like let's do something. Like I know we can. I think it was actually Hemi's idea originally. I think it was after Hemi, was it after Magnum Opus or was it like before
It was right
kind of? I
after that is when because I had Peter for a while, and I kind of like toyed with him, and then yeah, just one day I was like, I mean, we could like, well, you mentioned bringing him back at one point, and I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I mean, we can give like Peter kind of an interesting little twist to it. That way he has like a spot in the story because right, like he was just kind of following Jack around for a little bit. Um, so yeah, it was just kind of one night it clicked, and then I mean, what we spent like all day just like firing off ideas, and then one thing led to another, and then we're like, all right, let's do that, but let's add this, and then yeah, it just kind of snowballed into there.
Mhm.
well, the first thing I want to show here, unless there's something else you guys want to address before we get started, or if you have any questions in either of your chats, I guess one thing I should mention is we'll be taking Q&A throughout the podcast tonight. And this is only part one. There's no way we could cover, oh my gosh, what would probably amount out to 6 hours worth of reviewing just to
Oh yeah.
cover. And that's just if we followed my channel on the amount of content I have that directly involves Jack Creature. So, because like the first part from the beginning to the magnum opus was like 100 or an hour and 40 minutes trimmed down.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, and I haven't even began on the Return of Jack Creature yet, but it's going to be more than 2 hours. It's got to be.
Mhm.
So maybe I exaggerate a little bit, trimmed down at maybe 4 hours, but still. Um, uh, but we will be. I think what we agreed
Kazim,
on
Ashley,
was to
Hugo, what's up,
do
guys? Welcome in.
a kind of a watch along of some things. We may jump around a little bit. We may stop and take questions at some point. Something that probably goes without saying, but if you really want to get a question, a super chat would be a great way to get our attentions. You don't have to do that by any means, because we're going to be looking at our respective chats, and answering questions. But if there's just some massive flood of questions or something, you're afraid yours aren't going to get in, that's a way you can do it. But I feel bad even saying that, because I'm sure we're going to be able to address everything that's in the chat that has anything directed toward like Jack Creature, at least in the storyline. Is that a fair way to put it?
Everything that is relative to what we're talking about currently, which is the Jack Creature story.
Right. It's not like we have 1,000 people watching us on each short.
No.
The chat's just flying.
Yeah,
but
I don't want any like, oh, what's your favorite ice cream? It's like, I don't know, man. Like it's vanilla, but like I don't want to. It's not the question I want.
Yeah, I mean, the question, we'll for sure answer anything that has to do with Jack Creature.
Mhm.
We will most likely answer anything that has to do with OCRP in general, but let's try and keep on topic. If you want to know where Hemi went to high school, we're going to ignore it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, but everyone else will ignore it.
Yeah.
No.
He's from Antarctica, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
So, let me share my screen with you guys, if you don't mind me being the one to
Go ahead.
show it.
That's fine.
And I think you should be able to hear stuff. So go ahead and you're going to actually see what my screen shows. So ignore some of the just jumping around and stuff. But let me know if you guys hear. Are you guys both on?
Yep.
Let me know if you hear this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to drop my screen. If you want to, I guess, retransmit my screen, I can wait a minute.
That's probably what I'm going to do. Hold on a sec.
And again, everybody, this is our first time doing this. I haven't done a podcast in over 2 years, and even when I had one, it was like everything was duct taped together to make it look as good as it did. So this is something we're just doing kind of out of the blue here, and we're just kind of winging it.
I'll get to your question in a minute.
We know what we're talking about. We
started
were part of all this. So there wasn't a whole lot of like rehearsing or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. Yes, just let me know when you guys are ready. I'm looking in the chat here. What's each of your middle names, the street you grew up on, and the last 4 of your social? You only want the last 4? You don't want all
the whole
9
thing?
digits of my social?
Damn.
I mean, fine.
How about the last 3 numbers on the back of my credit card? You want those too?
Yeah.
Like, damn, man.
That was Nolo. What's up, Nolo? So what I'm going to be showing here, this is actually kind of a prerequisite, but this was my first experience with Jack Creature. And we may not watch this whole thing in its entirety, but kind of just run through a couple of bullet points so you can see, at least through my eyes, something I was completely unaware. I mean, obviously, IRL, I knew this was
like the
Nate,
thumbnail. Thank
but
you.
beyond that, I didn't know who this guy was. He was just some creep coming around asking.
Well, Huggo, here's your
most intense
your answer here.
questions you could ask someone, you know. Aside from who was in your bed last night. Are you guys good?
Yeah,
I am good.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this would be from August of last year, but here is me as a Blaine County deputy running into Jack Creature. Black Expedition. There's something I can help you with, sir?
What's your name?
It's 451 Deputy Fleetwood.
County 322. I'm going to be back 98.8. They're going to be sufficient.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Where do you live?
Well, I'm not going to let you know that.
Where do you live?
Well, like I said, sir, I'm not going to reveal that sort of information to you.
This guy tried to stab me earlier today.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
I
you?
filed a report with Deputy 322.
322 for 451 direct.
Run it.
Did you speak with a gentleman on a motorcycle in a junk outfit that claimed to almost be stabbed by the guy in the yellow RV?
Yep. And you
10-4.
can find out where I live.
Do you want to go 10-15? Want me to go 10-15 with this guy? Do we have cause?
They didn't make threats. They just stabbed him. I just want.
Okay. Now he's.
It's a dirt bike, dude. It doesn't matter.
It's an enduro, bro.
All right.
It's enduro,
Get out of the car.
What's your 20?
Flywheels. He's taking off.
Yep. Just be advised, he's got a flag.
Be a 1031, the yellow RV. Okay, so let me ask you while we're doing this. I mean, we don't need to hear all the call outs and that, but
Yep.
what were you doing at this point with Jack Creature? This was still the development of what he was going to be in.
So I mean, obviously the voice isn't there yet. Clearly at this point.
Yeah. Well, and the face, like we're actually seeing the face.
So this is just the moment where I first brought Jack out as when I obviously, I have so many characters and none of them ever turn out the way I originally planned. Jack actually started as a defunct CIA agent who lost his way and just was super traumatized from his service that he cracked and became crazy. That's the original idea I had with him. So the only thing tying him to his life was to write down information about plates and people and that's whatever. But then slowly that part of it turned into he's writing down plates and names of people he's planning on murdering.
Okay, so right there kind of unknowingly set the course for what would happen several months later. I wasn't sure what you were doing exactly. We had someone a couple months earlier on the server doing some stalker RP. So I was thinking maybe you were working on, which I guess oh my god,
A classic.
I guess in
yeah, classic.
In a small kind of way, maybe he was a stalker in some ways, just because of how his character developed and what he was trying to accomplish. But his MO wasn't, oh, I'm a stalker.
No. His MO was totally like, this is what I used to do as a job, and this is all I have to hold on to. And then it turned into like, oh, these are victims. I can take all this information and find these people whenever I want to.
So and I don't necessarily want to fully spoil it in case people are watching the podcast first, but what we ended up finding out about what motivated Jack, and what led to his crime spree, was that even thought of at this point?
No, not at all. I mean, literally not at all. And then it was when we started developing the story where, we figured there should be some sort of background story about why. And that was all thought of later. But at this point, it was literally just CIA agent, whatever.
Seeing what sticks and yeah.
Trying to make different, with all of our characters, we try to create different stuff. We don't want to just keep mulling over the same thing over and over again. We always try to do something a little different, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, ended up developing into something way different.
I mean, I can think of several characters in mind that started out with just a base story. Pretty much all of them started out with a base story, and then something developed as I went along with it. And, there's been a few that just fell flat, and they've just been what they are, and they're one-dimensional, and you got the guy that just runs the 24/7, or the guy... But like we were even joking right before we went live, like Bronson, I want to sleep. Like that wasn't even
sleep.
that was just like some dumb thing I was doing, and it turned into a thing. Like if you run by a tent, you might just hear that. But he's also
It
got a
makes
lot
me
of
laugh all the time.
characteristics.
Always makes me laugh. There will never be a time where that does not make me laugh. it always catches me off guard. Running by a random tent, just like, I just want to sleep. It's like, okay, Drew's in there. Sorry.
Maybe someday it's not a tent. Maybe it's like maybe it's a trunk or something less expected. I don't know.
Dumpster.
Magic. Let me see. I think we're getting close
We are.
to. Yeah, here it is.
Here. Yeah.
Footbill. He's hopping fences into going
Get that
into
gun
the
out,
houses.
Drew.
Yeah, he's running eastbound in between the houses. He's coming back out to the south side.
Shannon says dude just wanted to send me a Christmas gift.
Got him running down Alhambra. White male, orange jacket, possibly camo cargo shorts, khaki pants. Running back northbound.
She's leading us on a.
Where's he at?
All right, we're going to be on Zancudo running east. He's still hopping fences.
Whoa,
Run up to the
what
back.
is this?
Oh yeah, I remember the garage.
Open the door!
When I saw this, I was actually surprised that it
Oh
ended
my
the way it
God,
did,
look
Drew,
at
because you were so far behind. I was like, damn.
Going back towards Alhambra.
It just worked
Well,
out that
Ketchup said
way.
coming
and-
back towards Alhambra, so I'm cutting east a little bit. Oh,
There I am.
there you are. There, yeah.
He's going behind the auto body shop at this time.
I've got him northbound.
Oh. 451 updated location.
451 updated location, wherever this
Panic.
panic button is.
451, where you at?
Some solid RP
Solid,
from you
yeah.
here.
Loved it.
Solid.
Units, I last saw him run hit back here behind the auto body shop.
I talked to Brandon, the officer who
I got
finds me
451
here
right here in front of that
later
store.
about this, and he was like, my freaking skin chilled. Like, he had the chills from that. He was like,
451's next cut. I need a med bag.
451, I'm going to be continuing on pursuit. It's one.
anyway, so we don't need to keep going with that, but that was kind of my first encounter with Jack Creature, and
Not to interrupt you, but if you've ever wanted to know why you and not anyone else, that is the reason right there. Because
the gargling.
no, not
'Cause-
even that.
Because you
just
lived.
you survived.
Oh, I gotcha.
That is the only reason. Well, not the only reason, but it's one of the only reasons why Jack was like, well, that's the guy.
So that was where you first started getting that idea, kind of, was from me
No,
surviving, or
But when I was looking for some sort of, when we were writing the story, we kind of wanted something that was like a reason.
oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And then he became obsessed with you and started taking photos of you.
Prior to what I'm about to show that happened at Mirror Park, you were taking photos.
No.
Oh,
this was after the Mirror Park thing. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't have. I'm sorry, Hemi, because you just haven't really popped up yet. in
No,
it,
yeah.
But
This is still
were
pre-Peter.
you already okay? So this is really. Were you even?
I don't even know if we were
on with
playing
Nate
together.
on some of these nights, or was Jack Creature something you did on nights where Hemi wasn't around? Maybe.
Well, the beginning of Jack Creature, I don't even think me and Hemi were playing together much, but
Oh, really?
what you're about to show is me and Hemi in full swing, like doing our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was in January.
No, this would have been
be
December.
December 1st.
Yeah, December 1st.
And the
Yeah, me and
reason
Hemi
I
were in
know
full
this, it was the
swing.
first night of snow, and Pat and I were doing a 10-12, and it was funny how it happened to be the first day of snow, basically.
Mm.
Like, I'm still in short. I think I might have long sleeves, but I don't even have a hat on, like covering my bald head. But so before we do the Mirror Park thing, I don't believe you called 911 and requested me. We just happened to be driving by. Did it just so happen that I showed up and you were taking whatever officer you got?
I think it just so happened that you had showed up or no, Hemi, what was this?
For the Mirror Park one, I don't know, it's just early in the night, so I don't think there's that many cops on.
Oh yeah, we only had probably 4 or 5 of us, if I remember right. There was something going on up in the county, and you'll kind of hear that in the background. But this was early on in me doing Metro stuff, I think.
Yeah, and we just messed around with the
Metro
spawner
every Sunday.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we were looking for Drew maybe a little bit.
Maybe,
but we
maybe.
didn't specifically request you for this one.
Yeah.
You just showed up, and it just worked out.
Okay. All right, well, let's jump into this, and I guess if you want to just say, like, pause if there's something, now that we're going to be in active dialogue. If you want to just, like, shout pause, or we can turn it down, or whatever.
Solid intro.
Or we're 97, we'll be looking.
So the caller said there was a body
You say pause?
No, I said solid intro, sorry.
Oh, okay.
being dumped in the lake, and then the call went dead.
10-4. I think we might see something on the north end here. Turn around behind us. Down there and a couple people around it.
Joseph, what's up?
Talk about Lima 1.
Oh, you don't have a hat on.
We were told day one that we could wear Christmas hats, like Santa hats. And I'm like, Fleetwood wouldn't wear a Santa hat, so I'm not going to do it. But then a couple days in, they go, well, you can wear like black beanies or something that it was either black beanie or it had to match the outfit. I can't remember. I think it was just black beanie, but I was like, okay. He'd wear a beanie. I mean, it looked a little weird on him, but he'd wear a beanie, especially with it being cold.
Another note, these characters that we have, these are a couple more characters we made only to be idiots.
I think they're just originally going to be like a one-time, maybe two-time use, if that.
I think I rated it once before this.
Yeah, we did one grave rob scene at the or was it like in Harmony, or like the church past Harmony? Yeah.
Yep. At 9:12.
I feel like I might have been late onto a scene where you guys had done that. Like maybe it ended in a chase, and I got attached to the chase or something.
Yeah, we got in a chase
from that graveyard.
Yeah, but these guys, they're not the brightest.
No.
They grew up in old Sandy, like no education, like they're just dumb, and they'll literally do anything for any amount of money.
Well, if I remember right, and we'll see it here in a second, but Hemi's character is super loose-lipped, and Nate's character is sometimes at points goes, "Shut up!" Like, the fuck, shut up.
Magic. That is that.
That is
that character, by the way.
Yeah, that is
Magic.
that character.
Magic. He's got the magic.
Bravo 2 County.
What's going on here?
Throw it in there.
Gentlemen, hey.
Yep.
What do we got going on here?
Hello.
Kind of 6'2". I've got one step.
Hanging around.
Got like 5 dead bodies here. Do you know anything
Bravo
about
1
this?
County.
No, I don't know them. They're fine.
Okay, so you're just. I didn't realize it at first, but one of the bodies didn't have all the snow on it, and I didn't realize it was a local at the time.
Yeah. It worked out.
Nate said was like, "Oh yeah, she walked up and quiet."
Yeah, we were making a 911 call, and then she was walking by and started pulling out her phone. And I'm like, she can't tell anybody, and I just punched her. And then she was part of the scene at that point. I was like, all right.
Oh no, we shot her in the face, Hemi.
Oh, we did. Yeah,
We did.
we did. You're like, one more. One more.
If you have the link to any of your POVs like prior to that, if you have it, we could always pop it up if there's something.
I could look it
just
up.
like DM it to me.
Yeah,
If you want to.
I'll have to find it.
If you're sharing my screen right now, you may go to thumbnail for a second. Let me know when
Yep.
you're ready, because I'm going to pull up Discord and pull it over
I'm at thumbnail.
to my other screen. Nate,
What's up?
Go to
Are you
your
thumbnail?
thumbnail real quick.
I'm thumbnail. Yeah, I'm good.
okay, there we go. All right, we're on the other screen now with Discord, so we're good. Oh, that is cool. Shannon, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you want me to show that. That would be cool. I will save it for sure. So anywho, if you there we go. Show my files to everybody. That's good. Anywho, we'll put it there. So let's yeah, if you guys decide there's something you want to show, just send it over to me. Otherwise we'll just continue. Standing here getting ready to pick one up, but you don't have any affiliation.
Yeah, I don't
with
know.
them?
I don't know him.
Well, can I have you guys go ahead and step over here for me?
Assist 062 at 948 on Panorama
Okay.
Drive, please.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
a
come on
minute.
over
We're
here.
just finishing up a traffic stop.
Copy that.
88 Metro.
So tell me what's going on here.
Go ahead, 88.
I need additional at ammunition.
Just hanging around?
200.
You just hanging around and you
Hanging around like a park?
just hanging around the park? Is this your truck?
Kind of blocked in right now, but
Yep.
maybe somebody else.
Okay, so you just happen to drive your truck down here where 5 dead bodies are, and
Yeah, it's so weird.
what were you doing?
So
with
weird.
them? Are they your dead bodies?
In the rear end
No,
here.
I'm gonna put them in the lake.
You're putting them in the lake?
Yep, yep. Look,
Okay.
they're in the sidewalk. Get rid of you. Shut up. Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Where did they come from?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
No, definitely not the back of my truck.
Definitely not there.
Okay. No, not my truck.
They're literally idiots. I love them.
Yeah.
Nope, that ain't my truck. Nope. That's not my truck.
314 Metro. Down to
18.
They could have probably.
Get out of here. Stop taking the photo.
Ma'am. Ma'am, go ahead and give a little
No.
distance. Hey, no,
Shut
sir,
up.
sir, let's
Shut
go
up.
back over here, sir.
Shut up.
Sir, back over here. Okay, so is this your truck or is it not your truck?
In my truck.
It is your truck.
In my truck.
And these 5 dead bodies were never in the back of your truck. They just appeared here.
Props.
Props?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, Hollywood.
Okay, so what's with all the blood in the back of the truck?
dispatch to Signal Ford unit. Can you identify again, please?
Also prop.
Props, okay.
Prop.
So are you guys
Props.
filming a movie or something? Very realistic movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
don't seem
so
so sure about that.
The movie's called Dead Body Lake.
Like, okay.
Dead Body Lake.
Dead body lake.
It's just-
Solid movie.
I
10
had
out
to
of
think
10.
of like the dumbest thing I could think of. You know what these guys are though? Is they are the really dumb version of the Rogers brothers.
Yep.
I kind of feel like I subconsciously felt that way at one
Yeah.
point too. Just the voices are similar.
It's
they're
pretty much my Jake
insufferable.
voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more gruff, a little more. Also has that like kind of just stupid aura about the voice. Also. like if you put Jake's voice next to his voice, you go, well, Jake sounds a little more intelligent.
Yeah, a little bit. I try to be.
A little bit.
little bit. I try to be.
Jake uses full sentences.
Yeah, man. Jake actually went to school, man. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah. Didn't like it, but I went.
They held him back in 2nd grade.
Yeah, I wasn't doing so good on the whole like color thing. It was like I got my reds and my blues mixed up. It was pretty crazy.
When they tried to tell me two colors go together to make one,
I said impossible.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. You got to tell back in kindergarten 3 times, man. How do they do the kindergarten 3 times, man? It's nuts. Wow.
I was in kindergarten 116 years
I was in kindergarten once about 16 years ago, man.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Never. Anyways, back.
Anyway, back to the story.
Nope. It's a independent project.
Okay. And were these? So these aren't people at all. They're props.
No. No, they're props.
Okay.
They're props. Yep. Yeah, they're props.
5-1.
Yeah.
It's a prop.
We're gonna 15 these two.
Okay.
It's a prop.
I figured so.
Why?
All right, gentlemen, go ahead and turn around for me.
Ma'am, you are obstructing a scene.
Movie props. Hey, how you doing?
I love yelling at locals.
I've been good.
Hey, no, turn around for me.
Go to face that truck.
Turn around for
What?
me.
Face the truck.
Yeah.
Metro 31477.
Oh, this is funny.
Oh man.
We got on you, man.
Face
What do I
Oh,
got
I
on?
remember.
face away.
Walt.
Stop resisting.
Alright, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
pick
get
you
tased. Turn away.
I'm just saying no.
That's resisting. Turn around now. Yes, it is. Turn around.
Oh, sorry.
It's just a
Sir, sir,
I can't, man.
sir.
I was trying to
He's
run
trying
here
his
so
best.
bad.
Sir, quit
you know what?
touching me like that.
I'm gonna quit my job.
That is battery.
He's running.
Okay.
Why don't you touch
Oh
me?
my. There we go. Sorry.
Turn around.
Sir, that is considered battery on law enforcement. Sir. You got this local here just still recording us. Like,
Yeah.
I could just be 3 feet away from the scene while someone runs past me.
Don't do that.
Pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray.
Now she runs off. Metro Lima 1-1 pepper spray. So if I remember right, you weren't trying to run. It was because everyone was colliding with each other, right?
Oh, I was trying
But
to like jog away or
Oh,
like
you
walk
were?
away,
Okay.
but I kept getting grabbed.
No, that other
I was
Elio
like,
was
all
a
right,
couch.
because I'm not getting far.
Twisted,
I mean,
what's
Pat
up?
had enough time to pull out the pepper spray.
Yeah.
Right. It's like having time to throw pocket sand.
Yeah, who would have time to
Oh,
do
we don't-
that?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Crossfire.
Really bad crossfire.
Currently, we have 1-10-15 challenge and another.
370 and counting.
Alright, sir, this time you are
344, right.
15, we're now 10-4 here.
Make it a movie. Prop blood. It's not real.
real bodies.
Gotcha, okay. As you can see, his hands are pretty bloody here.
Metro Lima
Yeah.
1, can
He
you
said it's
start
not blood.
medical for the OC spray?
Alright, man. Lima 1, I'll request.
What are you gonna do with them?
Well, beat him. We've got
Let me go.
car up there. I
Let me
guess
go.
we can put one in each.
Right.
Let me see, because down here to... Oh, here we go. That's... Token 427 is filled with bloody handprints, fingerprints, and has fingers in the cup holder. Okay, so I've got to say something here.
Yes.
Just not long before this, we had someone on the server that had fingers, like, was just like sending me boxes full of fingers. And we counted it, and there I'd been sent like 8,000 fingers. I'd kept count, and it was an insane amount. And I'm like, even if it was all 5 fingers from a hand, I just got sent the fingers of, oh gosh, I'm blanking on my math here, but 1,300 people or so.
That's about
Quite
right.
a few.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and since we have not had anyone call in and say, yo, I'm missing some fingers, can you help me? This is the most prolific serial killer in American history. What is going on here? And so when I saw the fingers thing, I was like, oh my God, not more fingers. Little did I know it had nothing to do with anything else, but I was just like, oh my God, the fingers. Please stop with the fingers.
Mm.
On the north end of the lake.
Yeah, I wonder where they Look at the victims out. I mean, this is a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm counting the fingers right now, just to see if they match up to who we got here. Make
Yeah.
sure we don't have more bodies somewhere.
Oh,
Leave it
no,
on
yeah,
straight.
we'll have to have forensics.
Or off rotation.
On rotation. Those fingers.
Either.
Oh, no, I bet not.
So my mail
Appears to be 2 extra sets.
has multiple blood covered.
Who were the 2 extra sets? Guys?
At that time, I don't
Two-
think we specifically had anybody in mind. It was just
No, we didn't. No.
It was just to get the mind working that there's going to be more bodies.
yeah.
Okay.
Covered IDs in his pocket, and he had a heavy
County
revolver.
Road 1.
It appears one of our subjects
Bravo
at least has a GSW to the head.
Yeah, and I've got more fingers here than we have people.
Drive in the casino parking lot for
So,
potential
that's
alcohol
great.
poisoning.
Looks like maybe
Stand by, Bravo 1.
2 more people are missing fingers that are unaccounted for. Maybe he was also just trying to get away from your magnets. Oh, it's great though, so
Yeah.
be
Howdy. Got one sprayed. Okay. Where at? Are they down there or in the truck?
Over here in the Tahoe.
there it is right there. Note in the cup holder reads, dump my precious victims in a lake, preferably the Alamo Sea, and you will receive payment, Jack Creature. So that's, aside from what we saw earlier, this is like my first time having a name, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Oh, Jessica with different hair.
Bravo
All right, have you been read your rights, sir?
Phoenix number to your location.
Yep.
All right, so you're aware you do have the right to remain silent and all that?
Yep.
Kind of 6-2 be advised.
Okay, so what is the reasoning for all this? Why are you bringing a bunch of bodies to the lake here?
I'm getting paid.
Who's paying you?
Call himself Jack Creature.
Jack
Copy that,
Creature.
6-2.
Creature. Yep.
And who is Jack Creature? Is your buddy over there Jack Creature?
No.
No?
No. That's my brother.
Okay, and why is this Mr. Creature asking you to do these things?
$100.
Just for 100? Okay, so I've got to stop here. So I had someone toward the end of you guys doing the Jack Creature thing. I had someone in my chat go, I'd love to see your case files sometime, because I mentioned, oh, it's in the case file or whatever. The case files, like I'm writing there, is probably on a random piece of paper somewhere scattered about my desk. There is no case file, okay? That's why I have this notepad now that's like a 3-subject binder, because it's all because of Jack Creature, because I did not realize at this point, I didn't even realize necessarily the first night that, or the next time that you brought him out, we had that long run, that it was going to be the long drawn out investigation that it was. So by the time it got to where I was like, I need an actual case file, there was already so much information that was already somewhere, if not in a trash. So a lot of this that I did was from memory, and I think low key you guys tossed me a couple bones, because it was hard for me to keep names and stuff together and people I had talked to, because the case file was God knows where.
I don't think you know how good it felt, like at the end of everything, to tell you, like, everything.
It hurt so bad having to play with you the next day after we spend a whole night of like doing whatever, and it's like
Tormenting you.
yeah. Like I want to just
'Cause
talk
we
about
normally-
it, but I can't talk
because it
about
was on a Sunday. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, because we would always do it when you were in the city, because we wanted to keep it local to one area, and then we need the areas that would yeah, there you go. See, like, yeah, exactly. That is awesome.
So this is from Shannon H there in the chat. Make sure you guys are subscribed to her. So this is the final feature. This was the most recent thing, the end of the Jack Creature story here. I don't want the picture is actually of
Yeah.
Chester.
I'm Jack the Creature, bro. Ah!
Jack Creature.
And if you don't think that the Chester and Daniel stuff is not going to end up in the Return of Jack Creature, it is.
Oh, I hope
it's gotta
so.
be put in there.
I hope so.
Even though it's kind of more of a comedic sidestep,
Yeah.
it still has to do with Jack Creature, and it shows. It will also show the final day, the final feature. It'll explain why the final feature, why Daniel was involved, or sorry, Chester was involved in the final feature.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to throw in some comedy bits too, because like it can't just be serious the whole time, because we're trying to keep it a little upbeat. But
right, this is Saturday, May 3rd. Oh, the Ripper. Okay, so this is from Glenn's. Okay, I didn't realize what this was until I just popped it up. Okay, so this is the one that Glenn is doing as the Ripper. But yeah, there's the final feature. So we may take another look at that when we get to that point in this podcast. It won't be tonight, obviously. You can already
definitely not.
see we're a quarter of the way through the podcast already, because it's going to be about 3 hours tonight. We figured 3 hours was kind of the cap of what anyone could bear. I could do a podcast all night. I could talk all night and never shut up. But as far as from a viewer perspective, I think we agreed 3 hours was kind of the cap at a time.
Yes.
And if someone really truly chooses to binge it down the road, have at it. They're going to be all there on VOD. But for a live stream, I think 3 hours was kind of where we were like, yeah, it's kind of the tail end of, I think people are going to want to kick over and watch people play OCRP before the night's over,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, anything else before I flip it back on?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I think
this was post Magnum Opus, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this is before it.
Okay.
This is December 1st.
Opus would have been
30th or something, like right at the end of the year or beginning of January.
January 4th or 6th or something like that. Snow's gone. Snow's gone for the Magnum Opus.
Okay.
We'll see it here in a minute because we're almost done with this. $100?
Yep.
Do you know where we might find Jack Creature?
I don't know. He gave me the body. Take the body to the lake and drop the body.
So you did not kill these people?
I don't know. Maybe Jack. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know a way we can get in touch with this Mr. Creature?
No.
Okay.
No.
Have you been?
He found me at Yellow Jack.
Okay. So you don't know him very well. He just paid you $100, met him for the first time.
Yeah.
Have you been
$100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just shows you how stupid these two are.
Yeah.
$100.
Okay, I think we got some layers to this one. Apparently, there's this Jack Creature character that assigned them to dump these bodies for them. So we may have someone else to look for here.
All right.
I can say I had heard the Jack Creature name before, not from when my neck was slit, but over the course of the couple months prior to this, I remember thinking Jack Creature. I know that name. I've seen it, like even in our chats in the OCRP Discord, I've seen people mention Jack Creature. And so, and maybe I'd even stumbled upon a little bit of one of you guys doing something with him. But again, thankfully, I don't go back and watch people's streams too much because I was able to come in with a clear mind and a realistic mind as a cop would be who sees dozens of people a day.
Mm-hmm.
Love the fact that 5-7's involved right here too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. It's kind of a prerequisite for what you're going to see later, where 5-7, other than the final feature, 5-7 was in just about everything. They were on highway patrol, and I think they stayed 10-8 during the all call. Or not, it wasn't necessarily an all call, but there was a lot of units on it. So I think they remained 10-8, so there'd be someone around for, what else may happen unrelated,
And if it starts stinging a little bit more,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
normal.
I've,
That's you
dealt
know,
with
kind of
him,
just the pepper spray
unfortunately. I don't think
reflashing,
he's-
but
I think he's
it means it's
currently
getting out.
locked up.
Metro 08, I'm going to be out for just a little bit longer. I'm gonna
I think I might have ran into him before. I didn't realize who he was at the time, but might have ran into him before. might have had a cup of coffee with him once.
We might have just gotten a burger, you know.
Alright, that's one eye. I'm going to grab the other one. Or start flushing out your other one
08
here.
Metro, no problem.
Are they taking him, or are they just...
So, how long do you
they're just flushing his eyes out.
We can't. That's normal for being...
That one.
You over? Yeah.
Come with us. We're going to put you back in the vehicle here.
Okay.
Yeah, BMX games over here.
Okay.
62 County.
Okay.
Watch your head.
And one of y'all
Approximation tow, approximation 4 mics.
Do what?
Needs to tell you, but...
Sorry.
Did you start pouring around?
Fine.
You'd think I'd have that thing memorized, but they keep the cards in our park.
One's for him, one's for you.
Go ahead and route me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Braves?
Lifted white ran.
Okay, so how did you come in possession of those bodies? Well, actually, before you answer anything, have you been Mirandized? Have you been read your rights?
Okay. Stand by.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be... Okay, do you wish to answer some questions for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so where did these bodies come from?
Go ahead,
I don't
Bravo
really
1.
know if I should tell you that.
Do we have any reports of any stolen vehicles from Yellow Jack?
It would certainly go a long way, and if it gets us to the person who actually did this, if there was another person who did this, it would certainly
like
lessen
he
your
meant
charges.
business.
Okay, so there was another person.
I didn't say that.
Okay, well, so you're going to get charged with 5 times murder, unless you can tell me who did it. Okay, well then that's what I'm trying to get from you. So, did you kill these people, or did someone else and have you do it?
314.
Put it in a bolo.
I met him in a bar.
Okay, what bar might that have been?
Pickup truck, and
I met him up at Yellow Jack.
showed me
Okay.
off this call in the area.
What was his name?
Jack.
Jack have a last name?
It's like Creech to something.
Yeah, that's going to be the same guy. Okay, and
Good enough
you
for
met
me.
him before?
No, it's first time.
You showed me 10-8 available citation.
Can you describe him to me?
It's real weird. I mean, wear like a gray jacket with a hood, and he had a white mask on. Something about how his face is messed up or something. Some black pants, black boots or something. And he kept bragging about how he just busted out of the mental asylum.
9 Cascabel Avenue, Polito Boulevard.
This,
Reports
I don't know,
gunfire.
said he had like
further details in the cap.
unfinished business or something, and he needed help getting rid of some
227 San Andreas are also
bodies
available.
and stuff.
10-4.
And he said, give you like $300 if you go do this. I said, you gonna pay my brother the same? And he said, you guys are just gonna have to split it.
Further details in your CAD, sir.
Okay. Do you know where we could find Mr. Creature now?
He didn't really say much. I mean, he said he lived at 915, but he also said he was moving around because people know where he lives and all this other stuff.
03.
Okay, so that actually was something that stuck with me, and it threw me off because his address in the CAD said Polito.
Yeah,
I
I
would
ended
constantly send people to 915.
I ended up
because
fixing
that was
it.
what you told me.
I
Yeah,
ended
I
up
think
fixing it towards the end of the series. That was
yeah,
on my part.
That was what?
It was an oversight on my part.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot that he had an address in Polito, and then I had kind of taken over 915 as his sort of house, and I completely forgot to put it in CAD.
Seems like a serial killer kind of house, right?
No, it's such a serial killer house. I don't know if
mean,
you were
a couple
ever
jail cells in the basement. Why not? You know?
I don't know if you were ever involved in clearing that house when Jack Creature was in there. I think it happened twice that Jack was in there and the cops were clearing it, but I would turn on shout and I would like max my reverb out on my Go XLR. I would just like sing the nursery rhyme, like as
Really?
Jack. Yeah.
Did they capture you, or were
Oh,
you
they
able
they
to get
they got
away?
me they got me a couple times.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh.
just the creepiest thing is them clearing the house, watching their perspectives, like them clearing the house. That just from down below, you just hear the nursery rhyme like fully echoing. It's just so creepy.
You know, if this was a year ago, you could have totally just been F9 in there
Mm-hmm.
and doing that while not actually being in there, like
Mm-hmm.
for RP's sake.
Yeah.
We kind of did something like that in 2023 for the haunted house. We were
Mhm.
given permission to be F9 in the walls and go ooh or whatever. You know? So yeah. Anyways, we're just about done with this. There's a funny part where I turn you over to county that I like.
9,
Okay.
you are hot miking, sir.
Okay.
He said he's planning something big.
440 to 227
That is
direct.
where I was like, okay, that's you guys telling me don't give up on this, basically. I
Yep.
was expecting it that night because the thought of having a multi-day, multi-month even storyline was just not something anyone really had done. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I mean, obviously people have their storylines, but usually when you get a warrant, it just kind of follows you around and you eventually get caught for it or you don't. But for this to be like an ongoing thing in the nature of what this was as a serial, I don't know if has it been done? Maybe it has been done on OCRP, but probably in a little bit of a different way than, you know, where it was there was like an actual primary officer for several months on it, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, I was like, because I think you guys had low key messaged me and said something's coming, just be on the lookout. And
I think
when
I'd
you
been
said
OC.
that, I was like, this is what they were talking about.
I had sent you the radio transmission before this.
The radio transmission.
I mean, you might not remember, but
the TV thing?
No, the radio. It was a radio, but yeah, the TV thing. Yeah. It was like I had made it was a static shot of a radio, and I had overlaid audio from what a quote unquote newscast about information about Jack Creature escaping from the mental hospital.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that you sent that, and then maybe you said "stay tuned" or something like that.
It was something like that.
Okay. There is a question in my chat from Game Addict 1701. He said this in your stream, but it hasn't been brought up yet. Yeah, probably because we're watching the videos. He's probably holding on to it. But he did want to give a standing ovation for all the police detective work, Jack Creature, the whole nine. He also says, when you streamed as Leo, were you at least back in your mind to hear that call of Jack Creature? Okay. I guess I don't. I thought I knew what he was saying. Now that I read it out, I'm like, I'm not. You may want to retype that, Game Addict. I'm not sure I quite fully understand that. Might have had a transposed word or something, but I'll check back on that. Do you guys have anything in your chats? Q&A wise.
I had one about how it started, but we just watched the clip on it before, so.
Okay.
Did Jack Creature ever in the later weeks when you streamed gave you the goosebumps, Drew?
Goosebumps. I mean, in the literal sense, I don't think so, but there were definitely, and you had talked to me about this. Actually, we may have said it on air. It was the last time we streamed together, but we were kind of talking about it on the side while we were doing what we were doing, and we were laughing at the fact that I was constantly looking at rooftops by the end of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how it was getting increasingly harder for you to get away with taking a picture of me because every time you try and do it, I go, he's right there. So, it wasn't so much physical IRL goosebumps as it was I was on high alert. Without giving too much information about myself, I grew up in the hood, so I've got that like sixth sense of always know your surroundings and shit.
Yeah.
So that that was an IRL thing that was triggering. Was that keep looking around you, don't ever leave your back open and shit. Like, and you go back and watch those streams. I'm constantly I'm just like swirling around my camera, like where the motherfucker at?
Where's this guy at?
So you did trigger a childhood sixth sense that still lurks to this day and presents itself when needed, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean that was probably the closest thing to like real life goosebumps that I got. Anything else out there while we're paused?
No.
JSP, what's up, man?
Do not have anything else.
Definitely been a minute, man. How are you? Okay. Well, let's get back to it. This is we've got maybe a minute left on this scene, and then it'll cut to January. Okay.
I didn't really go into detail. I mean, I was kind of freaked out, but money's money, and it's hard to come by.
Well, here's why I said it's good to answer these questions is because if we do find that it's Mr. Creature that did this, you'll have lesser charges of possession of death. Oh, it's so hard with all the radio traffic too. Like you can hear me struggling to talk here. I'm like, I'm hearing voices, and I feel like I'm going insane here. Dead bodies, mishandling of a corpse. But if we don't find him, you're the one who's going to get stuck with. You and your friend are the ones that are going to be getting stuck with the murder charge.
My brother.
This is going to help you out. Yeah, what's up, 7?
Sorry. Did we need anything else from Green Jacket guy?
Green Jacket guy. Oh, no, I think I've gotten everything I need from him.
That's my brother.
This guy's give me a little more anyways.
That's my brother.
For 43, we do absolutely have enough to stick this guy with murder because he had a revolver on him that matched the caliber.
Oh, which one? This one here?
Yep.
Oh yeah. So you did kill some of these people.
One of them.
She was gonna see.
Sorry?
She was gonna see.
County 370, show me out to 1020 Panorama.
The one with the white dress was the only one I found.
She was calling the.
Briefly threw me off with this one. I was like, okay, so there's something else here? But, yeah.
The cops.
10-4, is that
was she killed on scene versus the other people that you may have gotten from Mr. Creature?
I shot her in the head.
10-4, thank you.
Okay.
He said, don't let anyone see you, and if you do, and he handed me a gun.
Okay, the other 4 people, did you kill them?
448 to 227.
Those were the ones you received from Mr. Creature.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
10-4, we are going to be passing 3010 right now.
My memory's a little foggy after that pepper spray.
The police station.
Okay. Was 152 handling the charges on the other guy?
And clear the channel for pursuit.
Anything else you can think of?
10-4.
Not me, no.
227.
How about you, sir?
He drove a weird car.
Are reported 10-0.
What made it weird?
Reported.
It had like spikes sticking out of it.
I don't think I ever saw that car. Did I ever see that car?
No, but by the time it would have, by the time I could have driven it, man, it would have been boloed so fast.
Well, it already was, because every time I knew Jack Creature was around, I would reissue a bolo on each of your vehicles.
Yeah, it was an Apocalypse Weenie Issy.
Yeah.
And it had spikes, it had red lights, like the whole thing was super illegal, like everything about it. Had like skulls on like pikes on it too. Like it was crazy. Totally something Jack would drive.
I don't know if we're gonna get to it tonight, but when I first hear of that vehicle and someone goes, "Oh, it's a weenie," I'm like, "A what?" Out of the car itself or the tires?
Yeah,
or...
like the car itself.
What kind of car was it?
Yeah, it looked like a weenie.
Oh, that right there. That's where it is. Wait, we got to it a lot quicker than I thought. Here we go. What car was it?
Yeah, it looked like a weenie.
It's like we're gonna have him pulled over.
Wait,
It had
I'm
like
sorry.
It looked like a weenie
near
issy, but it had a bunch of
37.
spikes out and it had like off-road tires on it. It looked really weird. Definitely like stuck out.
Can you be a little more descriptive to the term weenie?
There's a car.
Can we have the air
Weenie.
That's great.
Issy.
Oh, 7-7. Are you familiar with this car?
Bye.
Yes.
Pat just super serious.
Yes.
Okay.
227, you now have channel hold.
And did you say it was white?
No, it's like black, but it was like had patina, like it was rusted. But like in a fashionable way, you know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it was just rusted.
Okay.
He was weird. He had a really scary voice too.
Okay. Well, if we're able to find this guy and you know figure all this out, you may be able to see reduced charges. Okay. For right now, I'm gonna hold it at mishandling of 4 corpses, so 4 counts of that, and then 1 of the murder of the lady that you admitted was filming you or calling the cops. I believe you said
She was on 911.
Okay. So I mean, there's no way out of that one. I mean, you've admitted that on body cam and on
100%. I'll own it.
100%. And I'm not going to do the fleeing and eluding because I know there was some magnetic hand issues there with the other officers.
That was crazy.
You lucked out on that because
Right.
no, it's like upgrade those charges.
Yeah, I was gonna walk away.
I had one come in here.
Yeah. Okay.
It's from Huggo. Every time you got close to catching Jack Creature, did you feel some sort of relief, or was it more like anxiety, or?
Well, coming close, there was no relief because close wasn't cutting it. That only works in horseshoes and hand grenades. But, and I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and jump ahead. But the Roxwood one, and the 3 of us have talked about the Roxwood one a couple of times, and how freaking close I was, or we were. And have you told your audience why there's no POV of that yet, Nate?
I fucked up.
We set up a whole scene. We were so worried about not getting caught. He didn't hit record.
Yeah, I was, dude, my heart was in my throat the entire time. I just completely forgot. Streamlabs was open, and I forgot to hit record.
And damn, the luck you weren't live to where you could just like rip it off the live stream or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Mess with it there. So, but yeah, I actually, when I was done that night, I was going looking for your guys' streams. I'm like, he didn't fucking stream tonight.
Yeah, we tried to keep, I think after January or February, we're like pretty much anything related to this story, we're not going to stream it. We did do like a few small things, but any of like the consequential stuff was all, we recorded it off stream.
So I wouldn't have gone to like meta or cheat, because even though we can't have the live stream pulled up, little inside baseball, we can't have other streamers' live streams pulled up while we're streaming. It's cheating. It's meta.
Yeah.
You guys have all heard the term meta as viewers of all of us. So even though technically I could go back and watch their live stream of Jack Creature, it'd be cheating. It'd be meta, because I'd get information whether I used it or not. It would be sitting in my subconscious. So I didn't do it. But that one, I was going to go back and just watch that part because he said I was in a bush nearby. I'm like, what fucking bush? Okay. I'm going to start shooting every bush from now on.
Let's bring out the shotgun.
I wasn't in a bush. I was behind a bush.
Okay. Yeah. But you know,
same difference.
Right. You weren't full on Jeff, and you were partially Jeff.
No. I find hiding in bushes to be kind of cheap. So I always try to hide behind the bush instead of in it.
Keep it realistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But I mean, it's given the certain scenarios, sometimes it's funny or whatever. Like if you're hiding a car in a bush, you can hide a car in a bush. It's going to give you up. But
scavenger hunt.
So that was Huggo's question, right? I think we kind of split off a little bit there. I got a part 2 to Game Addict. He said, second part to my question, I haven't read this yet, goes to it. But in game, did you feel like you heard a call about an incident and go, I hope it's not related to that person I barely know. When we got the call
Doc, what's up?
about Chester and oh my God, Daniel.
Yeah.
And it was reports of, it was description of Jack Creature in a house. I was trying to finish up another scene. I was also temp dispatch, I believe. I think I took the call.
I think you did.
You guys would remember better than me, but I think I took the call. And one of my policies as a temp dispatcher is I will send everyone else before me. Because that leaves me available to take calls, and I don't want anyone to go, oh, he just took that call because he wanted it. You can't say that if I'm passing everything off. So I heard that, but I was still writing someone's report or running a plate or something. I was on a traffic stop. I was doing something. But 5-7 was on, I believe, and I sent 5-7 as primary. And then I tossed a couple other over because I'm like, if this is Jack Creature, we need everyone we got. So I sent basically anyone I could that was available, and I came in a few minutes behind, I think. And when that was one where I was like, oh, I think this is it. But then again, that was put on by Nate and Hemi. It wasn't like it wasn't like some random call that I got that I was like, I wonder if this is Jack Creature. I don't think I had any of those. It's really awesome. I'm glad you're revisiting Jack Creature. Oh, thank you, Scott. God, I've done that so many times. Haha, says Shannon. I don't know what that's in reference to. It was 3 minutes ago. I don't know what that would have been. What we were talking
Maybe about
Huggo's
hearing a call and
question.
thinking it's something else.
That or whatever I was saying to Huggo's question. I can't remember what it was now. I'm a little squirrel brain tonight, but anyways,
also a little behind the scenes funny. When they were just before they were about to clear that house, Hemi 10-0'd like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, it
And
was
we're
the
just
worst
having
time.
them wait outside.
Like, don't come in.
Well, so the magnum opus, because I have seen your POV from that, Nate, and I know you were wishing to God you had F9 one more night for that one, because you had to walk into the building. You see it on my stream. You're just like, walking in as this construction worker, walking into an active
it was
basically
so
a
awkward,
crime
dude.
scene.
I'm so
But
glad you just let it go though.
Well, yeah, because I low key knew, and it's like, for the sake of good role play, I wasn't gonna do that. But I'm watching you behind me, and I'm like, I see what's going on.
Just listen, if you guys weren't so good at what you
were
do,
so
I
fast
wouldn't
with
have had
it.
to do that. You were so quick because we weren't expecting you to be like, I'm breaking off. I know where he is. I'm going to 72. I was like, fuck, no, don't do that.
I even tried to delay it a little bit, like down in the with the Italian guys, like, oh help. I'm so thirsty.
You know what would be really interesting, and I'd have to figure out a way to pull this off, but to run all 3 of our streams from that night at the exact same timestamp and see how everyone was reacting as it was going on.
That would be cool.
I can do that.
You can put that into one video.
I have no life. I can just line them all up like one day, and I'll just record it.
Well, how do you? But the audio would be massively overlapping with itself. You would almost have to.
Well, you could download the 3 videos and then put it in like
separate.
DaVinci
You separate the audio tracks.
You could at least have them to where 0, 0, 0, 0 is the same for all videos, regardless of when I started my stream or you started yours or blah blah blah. And then at least then we would have timestamps and we could sit there and go, oh, what was Hemi doing at this moment? And we 22:31. Okay, let's go to 22:31. Oh, this is where he was. Oh, I was so close or whatever. But that magnum opus night would be cool to have that. Or if there's a way we could still have all 3 kind of on screen and then dump out audio when we need to, as needed, kind of a thing.
All it would take is me going to that final scene and finding where I walked in with that maintenance guy and just lining it up right there. I think that would be the easiest way for me to do it.
Because that was even though I joked with Bradley that it was a 3-hour TAC 1 call, it was closer to like an hour and a half or 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, it was
long. But Shannon was meaning not remembering to record.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do we know if Jack Creature is dead? Because he could be Jason.
He's dead.
Okay. I have not really told anyone that because I didn't know if you wanted that to be known. Although it was in the server, I didn't know if you wanted that publicly known. But Jack Creature is permadead, as we call it over here.
Jack Creature is dead.
Womp womp.
Reaction news. Jack Creature is dead.
We killed him.
Sunday.
Yeah, having everybody's POV. I mean, just watching it all, it is so cool watching it all come together from different angles.
We can all be happy at last. The wicked old creature is dead, or whatever that line is.
ACI, what's up? Womp womp.
I had a lot of creative moments while I don't know if you ended up watching any of my Jack Creature videos, Drew, but
I've been through some of them recently, but
I had a lot of creative moments where I would actually write songs and not write songs, but have AI write songs. But then I would record the songs on guitar and sing and stuff, and it was actually a lot of fun. I was really enjoying that towards the end.
Singing it as Jack.
I saw Panini's finale, and that ending there. Holy shit! Credits. The flashback to Panini and his wife, the whole 9 there. It reminded me of Old Man Beardface and some of the things he would do. That was really cool.
Let's just honestly, let's give a round of applause to Hemi real quick for the fucking creativity that guy has. Holy shit, Hemi!
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with the Rockstar editor. That was
you're just I was learning so much about it. I'm watching the video and you're Peter's digging a hole and you got a shot of you digging a hole with the headlights of the car in the background with the song playing. I'm like, this is a movie. I'm watching a movie right
That's
now.
what I was aiming for.
At one point, I think the camera was pointing up from the grave like someone was laying in it looking up at him. I think he had that angle at one point.
He's a master with angles. I could never.
Shannon says dead for good, thank God.
I'll just wait till the next thing. You'll never know if you're involved, Shannon.
Yeah, you'll never know.
Yeah, can you go ahead and send 445 to that scene for
me? What's up, Shannon?
I'm waiting, Shannon, again. I'm waiting for the huge playlist that starts with the beginning and includes everyone's POVs, yours, Nate's, Hemi's, mine, Jay Storm's. Oh yeah, just a viewer that just pieces it all together, and that would be cool.
Oh yeah,
and just hours of watching of Jack Creature. Game Addict says, "W Hemi, you're awesome."
Thank you.
Says, "Thank you." Kazim is just nonstop laughing through the whole chat.
Love Kazim.
Kazim.
OMBF was the one you did a whole serial killer episode. What? Old Man Beardface was the one you did a whole serial killer episode.
Maybe who did? Autocorrect or something.
Did he do one? Anywho, let's get back to this. I think we can knock out at least part of the magnum opus because we're almost.
I have a video once you're done showing whatever's left of here.
Okay, so we'll wait to start the magnum opus. Maybe that, depending on timing, we'll see. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you were just trying to get away from.
You ever seen Star Wars?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
That was it.
Polito 440 looks like we have
the whole movie right
plans.
down there. Crazy.
And I also, because it was his magnum opus, I will be getting.
I got you, Hugo. Just give me a few minutes.
I've never really seen Star Wars.
I've get a little bit of the video going,
bits and
then
pieces here and there.
As we're transitioning, I'll answer
never really watched it.
Oh, you've seen more than Hemi.
Oh, Beardface did a few episodes as a serial killer.
Hmm.
So for getting that close to me.
Okay.
10
You're looking out on some
so
charges here.
It's going to be occupied
Appreciate
3
it.
times.
Okay,
might
did you
need
want
additional.
city transport, or did you want us to take it
10-4.
into this
I'll
place?
take
78,
city.
can I have you head to 3007?
All right, watch your head. I'm going to pull you back out here.
Yeah.
In other words, let us get to what we're doing next.
You know,
Further
I
details
want
in
my
your chat.
$300.
Okay, here it is. Honestly, I think you got greater concerns than the $300 right now, but you'll have to take
Damn
up
it.
that with Mr. Creature.
Damn it.
That's assuming you aren't. That's assuming you aren't sharing a cell with him by the end of the night.
I hope not.
Well, I hope so. I guess we'll have to differ on that one.
Wow.
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 A rare asshole moment from Fleetwood.
Rare Fleetwood asshole moment?
Well, I mean, you probably seen more because you'll push the envelope with him. But,
I always do.
yeah. All right. Well, best of luck to you. They're pulling up right now on the back side of the car here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. And it was Gary Graves, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Graves.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. So you've got one you're sending.
So let me
to
just let me shoot you a this is an
Switch the
unlisted
thumbnail real quick.
Yeah, switch the thumbnail.
In the
Do that too.
meantime,
Hold
I got a
on.
question about where did Peter come from? Originally, I just kind of made a guy who was gonna follow Jack around for a little bit, and take notes. I think we even kidnapped Shannon one night, right? Or like Yellow Jack.
Yes.
And that was like I think the first day I actually brought him out. And then
before that, when Shannon was kidnapped and you had her at the car lot.
No.
different.
This was
Before that.
like
Mhm.
I want to say this is November, maybe October. I don't
Okay.
know.
This was before Jack's rise to quote unquote fame.
Yeah, but I never brought him back out after that. So I was like, man, this guy has like a history with Jack, but how can I like fill the gap? So that's pretty much how it happened. Is originally he was going to be kind of a super fan, and then I was going to kind of work that into the beginning of his story where people would assume he's a fan, and then later you find out what you find out. But
Oh, true.
It was thinking and kind of jumping ahead, but the time you kidnapped Shannon and I was investigating it, it was really cool that 127 Jeff Aviano was on that because he got to be a little piece of the story too. But I going back and watching his POV, I think he was completely and utterly confused. As
He
to what
was, yeah.
going on.
Oh, I mean, to be fair,
it is
like,
a
it's
lot going on. Yeah, at
It's
that
a
point, just
lot.
to jump in, he's jumping in the deep end.
Well, and I'm sitting there trying to explain the story to him without taking up 20 minutes of his time.
Yeah.
Just so he has a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So I think I pretty much just summed it up with, I've got a case file in the trunk.
It's the whole trunk. It's
So that video I sent you, Drew, that is the radio transmission I was talking about. This takes place before Graves brothers get arrested at Mirror Park.
Okay. You want me to play that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Here we go.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a developing story that has gripped the community of Los Santos. Authorities are urging residents to remain vigilant after the escape of Jack Creature, a highly dangerous patient, from the Los Santos Mental Health and Rehab Hospital 1 week ago. Mr. Creature, who had been sentenced to serve several years in the mental hospital, is believed to have eluded security during what hospital officials described as a routine transfer. Since his escape, tensions have escalated as a sudden spike in missing persons reports has been recorded within the last 48 hours. Police are now investigating whether these disappearances are connected to Creature's escape. While details about the missing individuals remain sparse, officials have confirmed that the incidents occurred predominantly after dark in isolated areas of the city. Residents are advised to lock their doors, avoid poorly lit areas, and remain in groups when traveling at night. Jack Creature is described as 6 feet tall, with pale skin, dark hair, and his eyes are glazed over as if he is blind. He was last seen wearing the hospital's standard issue white uniform, though authorities believe he may have since changed his appearance. If you see Jack Creature or have any information about his whereabouts, do not approach him. Call 911 or the Los Santos Police Department tip line immediately. Stay tuned to LSNN for updates as the story develops. Remember, your safety comes first. Be alert, be cautious, and take care of one another. Good night.
You know what would have been funny is as in the middle of that transmission, you're like, and if you approach Jack, if you see Jack Creature, do not approach. Make sure to call 911.
Yeah.
Make sure to call 911 and request Josh Fleetwood.
Courtney, what's up?
So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, that is already a done deal. We can get rid of that. Did you have any of your videos you wanted to play up until like through the Graves brothers? Did you have anything from those POVs that you wanted to share or touch on?
I put in the side chat real quick if you want. It's not really necessary. It's just us setting up that scene. Just the lady.
Side chat. Oh, okay. Here we go.
You probably have to skip ahead. Somewhere. Yeah, somewhere over there.
I mean, it looks like it's boom right here. Oh, good.
We got the truck stuck,
Yeah,
by the way.
it was just a mess. We were trying to
I don't
put
think
like
there was a time where we were doing one of these where it wasn't a disaster.
You get you get your truck stuck.
I'm trying to get it unstuck. There we go. That's it.
I'll get my ID for you.
There he is.
And by we, I mean me. Starting this month. I'm cutting them down, putting transitions in.
That's good. I like that.
Oh, hey, it's when you start editing.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me attach some stuff.
Hell yeah, brother.
Spawner W. He's right there. He's right down there, man.
Just the shovel on the pavement.
Yeah. These guys aren't
Get that
smart.
snow out of it.
Can't get my... You got snow in my dead bodies.
A foot deep.
You got dead bodies in my snow.
I mean, my ankles.
We're morons.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody gonna see it.
Then we do the
Not like it's
guy.
a park or anything.
I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit so we can distinguish today.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
He is.
We were going to put the bodies in the truck, but as you can see...
It was jenting the crap out of it.
Not good, man.
Get out of here.
It's Jessica.
oh, here's
Get out of here.
Jessica.
Get up. Get up. She gone.
I can go right there. You think I fit one more in there? You think?
Get out.
Stop
Get
hitting
out.
the truck.
Get out. Get out.
The truck's freaking the fuck out.
The truck's
It was just like a solid 20+ minutes of us trying to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another one.
Oh my god. Are you seeing the trunk for me? Or like what I'm
They
seeing?
don't like it. They
Okay.
don't like it. Hold on. I think we can put them on the ground and they'll be fine.
Yeah, you can put a couple on the ground.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Yeah, that's
That was like a blooper reel.
Yeah.
You
It'll bump out.
crushed it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hit 'em up.
Oh yeah, it's all messed up, dude. There we go. Okay, I want to try. I don't really want to try the vehicle one again because I think it'll just mess it up. All right, we can stack them to the left of the truck. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
What can I spawn?
Yeah, this is like the start of me kind of learning the spawner too, so it's gonna be rough to watch.
Well, I mean, I can, if you got a spot, I can kind of skip through it a bit.
Probably maybe another minute or so ahead. Let's see. I think once he starts making the phone call, keep going a little bit.
Yeah.
Another like 2 or 3 minutes.
Couple seconds. I'm still kind of spawning some stuff here.
There's the lady. Or that was a different lady.
Such a jerk.
I know.
Fuck.
At this point, we're 20 something minutes in. I'm like, I'm bored. I'm chasing this lady.
I like how they're covered in snow, like they've been sitting here a while.
Yeah.
Just having a normal conversation of bullying an NPC.
Oh! There goes a couple teeth.
Get out of my way.
I could do this for hours for some reason on server. Just mow people over. Screw with locals.
I think this is the one we killed, though, right?
Yep.
I found it. It's gruesome as hell, but I found it.
I think she gets most of the way back, and then they end up just shooting her in the head.
Maybe skip ahead like 30-ish seconds. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, right under the truck.
God. Do that to the poor lady? Damn.
She saw what we were doing, man.
She's a victim now.
Yeah.
This is basically what Mole Man does, just fuck with the locals, yeah.
Oh no, I got it. We're good.
Robbie's gotten his ass kicked a couple times, screwed with the locals.
That looks pretty good.
I can kind of get the blood a little bit. It might just be a little raised off the floor, but I think it's fine. Oh damn. It don't even show the blood, but there's a couple pieces. Body parts. Alright.
And then this lady.
That's pretty much it. It was just that long of just messing around trying to sort stuff out. It's
got too nosy. Dang. Okay. All right. Should I call it in?
Go ahead.
Who do I call it in as?
This lady.
Oh, I did do a good call with this, yeah.
Oh yeah, and right at the end, I'll like, oh no, he saw me.
Okay, I'll turn it up a bit.
Thank you for calling 911. What is the location of your emergency?
Hi, oh my gosh, I'm at 430. I'm at Mirror Park Lake, and I see these guys. They look like really scary. They're like big, like bearded guys, and they're I think they're dumping bodies in the lake at Mirror Park.
Okay, no worries. Just take a deep breath for me. Can you tell me how many guys there are?
I think it's 2. That's all I can see.
Okay, and how many bodies have you seen them drop?
I can't really tell. It's at least 2.
At least.
Okay, and did they roll up in a vehicle?
Yeah, they have a truck that's like facing the vehicles. It's helping them see like where they're dumping it.
Okay, what kind of truck is it?
I think it's like I think they're dune loaders is what it's called.
Are you able to tell like a color or plate or anything?
Oh, I think he saw me.
That's okay. Just take.
No,
all
no,
right, just,
he's coming.
all right, get out of there, man. Just be safe.
I just hung up.
Are you still there?
Bam. 10 out of 10 acting.
I think I would have had a hard time telling that was heavy.
Yeah, I'm just I'm gonna leave it there.
I'm surprised my voice got that high.
I was about to say, did you crash and now I'm gonna be here all alone? That would absolutely suck.
Yeah.
I think that's good for that one, right?
Yeah, there's pretty much all that needs to be seen on that one. It's just it was just the setup of that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Joseph says, basically, I need cops here right now because I'm a Karen.
Or because there's
All right,
5
Karen.
dead bodies on
Yeah,
the
brutal.
ground.
Absolutely brutal.
It's just dead bodies being dumped, Karen.
Come on,
Calm
Karen,
down.
this isn't your HOA. Relax, all right? It's just people have bodies, all right? Some people have bodies, all right? Get over it.
The cemetery's full. Where the hell do you want me to put them?
How did I feel about being close to Jack Reacher in some areas?
Any other?
Officer, I don't know what she's saying. Some people have bodies. You know that.
I already knew where the story was going, so I wasn't really.
I don't have anything else until we move forward. Then I'll have a little more.
I don't know. I was more anxious, I think, of Jack getting caught before the end of the story. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Now we are on to January. So this is going to be about 5 weeks later. And we got attached to a call. 057 was already out here talking to these individuals, which obviously are being played by Nate and Hemi.
Acting.
But we were doing our own thing. And 57 got some evidence that showed that it linked back to me. So I think, would this be the day you guys decided to pull the trigger and we're bringing Drew in on it?
That was when the Graves brothers did their thing. That's when we officially decided.
Okay, but you guys went a month, let it simmer,
Mhm.
and this was boom, where it's gonna take off.
I think it was just frankly we just didn't have any time, right, Hemi?
Yeah, I don't know what we were doing.
Holidays.
Probably. I think I got married and whatnot, and I had a honeymoon, and it's just
It was a whole thing. But then we were like, all right, we got to pick this thing up because I think one day it was like maybe a week after he had gotten back or something. We were like, oh, we have that thing that we did the other month, and then we were like, oh shit, we should like do something.
Probably do something with that.
I think it had kind of fallen back in my memory a little bit, but when I saw the skybox and it mentioned me and I saw the name, who it's probably Nate that typed it, I was like, okay, I think this might be something here that, well, obviously it's something, but it might be the thing you were teasing me. I'm not sure. Did I know at this point? I think I had a hunch.
I don't remember.
You didn't know about Jack Reacher, but you searching through CAD and you eventually find the name is like gold. That's like gold. You're like, no. that was gold for me when I saw this. When I watched this back afterwards.
We'll see it in a minute, but
yes.
Jesus Christ with gang affiliation.
Pretty good.
January 5th. See why they specifically wanted me.
Yeah,
the geocachers.
Check the whole area.
Hey, what's going on?
So we have what looks like a homicide scene, and something does specifically relate to you.
It does?
451. Yeah, I'll chat with you a little bit more once we get on scene. I'm gonna go ahead and get Athena out of the car so we can kind of search the area and see if we can't expand our crime scene to the rest of the maze.
Okay.
And if we're checking the maze, I did want a couple extra hands on scene.
Right. You don't know what's around each corner.
No, but I've got these folks' information and statements, so as far as I'm concerned, they're free to go. I just wanted to, secure the maze and finish up the rest of the scene. Or clear up the scene, I mean.
Okay, yeah, no, that works. 87.
Finding that geocache.
I guess not.
Oh, you played that too?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We traveled out.
Okay, and I've stated this a couple times in the past. This night, I was battling my winter cold. So you'll hear a lot of sniffling and I'll sound stuffy. So I almost put a disclaimer at the beginning of this. But I was like, yeah, it'll just stand for what it is. And hopefully people will see January 5th. Oh, he probably had a cold. But this is me talking through Josh. Like, I was actually kind of like, wow, people know what geocaching is?
I love geocaching. I actually just found 2 of them the other day.
I haven't done it in a while. It's been
so fun.
So it's probably been 8 or 9 years because my daughter was probably 2 or 3 at the time. Took her out and found some around the area and that, but last time I checked, a lot of the ones that used to be where they were are gone now. So it's like, because we knew where they were, so I could take her straight to them and be like, oh, look, isn't that cool? And then Pokemon Go came out, and it's like everyone stopped geocaching.
The state to go do the geocache in the maze and found a body instead.
Oh, geez.
That's not what it was supposed to be.
It's
definitely
not at
putting
all.
a damper on the day. But we're gonna go try to find one down a little south.
That kind of cracked me up because it's like, yeah, we flew into state for this fun little date of geocaching. We found a dead body, but we're gonna go find the next one anyway. we're not about to vomit all over the place about what we just saw, but
We're not
just
about to
gonna
let
go
it
find
ruin
the
our
next
day,
one.
all right? We're not no sissies there, buddy. We're gonna go find the geocaches, all right? It's important.
And Hemi, your character looks like the nicest lady you'd ever meet. Like she would just be like, I'm done, I just can't, you know? But like, oh no, I'm totally finding another one.
Yeah, right after we set it all up and we started the scene, my first line when we walked up was like, I don't think that's our geocache. and he started laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? That's not funny.
Little did you know it was your geocache. Okay, well, best of luck to you. It's a fun game, especially if you're not finding bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we don't find any more.
Right.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, no, that's why I kind of chuckled there. I'm like, oh yeah, because you didn't just say you're going to go find another geocache. In OCRP, that would never mean another 911 call coming.
Yeah. No.
Nah. What do you mean?
Okay, well, appreciate you guys' help. I think she said you guys are good to go, unless you had questions for us. But I just got here, so I don't know what's going on.
Nah, she said she was just gonna give us her card, and then we'd be on our way.
Oh, right on. Okay.
I can grab that from her though.
So, I'm assuming there's a body in the maze.
Yeah, but whose bot? Why does this concern me? This is weird. Like, is my dad okay? Like,
Have you talked to your dad recently or something?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been working. I don't know. Maybe someone like. Why would this concern me? Is my brother in there? Jimmy! I don't know. It's weird.
I'm gonna burn your house down, Fleetwood.
And this was one of the scavenger hunt locations about 6 months earlier with Jimmy. So, had I been a little more on my toes and thinking of that, I would have been like, Jimmy hit a flag here over the 4th of July. Oh my God. Not Papa Fleetwood.
All right, hon, let's find this next one.
All right. So the reason I called you specifically is there's a note. I just read it from where it's pinned to the body, and it has your badge number on it. And it's addressed to you, something about running.
Running.
And there's tracks in the maze to the west, so I don't know if there's other folks in there, but I'm not trying to get shanked in a maze.
Right.
On my own, at least.
I mean, on my own. I'll bring you into it. What was
it? All three of you can get shanked in a maze.
July hunt. I think we hid one of our flags here, so I've got. Oh, okay. So I wasn't Leo for the 4th of July, so it was still Josh doing it. So I guess it wouldn't have totally tied. But so I am sitting here kind of connecting that. Well, maybe this has to do with the flag hunt or something. You know, I'm still trying to play a little dumb here. Some minor knowledge of the maze.
Well, thankfully it's easy to get to, the body itself, but the rest of it, I have not proceeded any further past the body.
Okay, I've been on the live. Sorry, side note. I've been on the live server way too long. I'm looking at these trash cans, going, "Are there any drugs in there?"
Loot.
Yeah.
Is there drugs or needles in there?
Yeah, or rats.
I've got my crime scene kit here, basics at least.
Okay.
And
Abandoned
I
gun
do
with
have
fingerprints.
A little crime scene tape we can put up. It's going to be here on the right.
Oh, yeah, I guess just tell us which direction we need to go. We'll cover it.
It's gonna be
Oh, there it is.
right ahead. You should see it.
Yeah.
To your left.
Alright, so there's this note.
It's a freaking maze. We're as clear as we can be.
Yeah.
Bravo 1, anybody, any Blaine County officers,
It says
County deputies have a
work is never finished. Some work can't be done. Run, especially if you're 4-5.
On that 2005 Calafia Road approaching Stab City.
The notes got better over time.
Looks like the body was.
Well, and I believe there's a 1031 that breaks out, so it's really. I mean, there's no way I could edit around it. You know, it just is what it is. Sorry. I was going to ask if there was any chance you could copy that down into call notes, just so.
This is Bravo 1.
Sounds like some riddle or something.
Joshua, Joshua at Panorama.
Let me set the kit down here if you need.
I didn't know if your riddles were predetermined throughout the whole thing or not, so I was trying to keep track as much of it as I could and go, okay, what is he trying to say here? And is he alluding to something? Is there a, you know, and, but you were on the fly doing those, right?
At first, yes.
At first.
As it got towards the end, like the end, like a couple weeks ago, the end, they started to be a little more like, this is what I'm doing. You need to figure this sort of thing out.
Okay.
But then at first I was just kind of like, I just want a creepy note, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's no big deal. Because I didn't think it would turn into what it turned into, like at that point. I didn't think it would like, turn into this huge thing. So I was just like, okay, well.
This was still pre-Peter too.
Right. And I was going to say, once Peter gets involved, information was coming at me so fast because obviously we have to get our shit in when we're on server. It's not like you can go back to the office, sit down, go over the notes and da-da-da. It's all fast-flowing information. So on top of the fact that I didn't have a true case file because I didn't foresee what was coming to be such a need for a case file till it was too late, but also the information was coming at me so fast it was hard to keep it all straight. So there were definitely a few times, and again, we'll get into this probably in a future episode, but you guys threw me some bones there because it was hard to keep up with it. Like even on this scene here, we haven't even totally cleared here when the new 911 call comes in, as you guys will see.
To do anything with the crime scene there?
Did you befriend any supervillains recently or anything?
I don't know. I've spent a lot of time in the office. I haven't had a whole lot of time in the field to upset anybody recently.
All right, and it looks like there's drag marks to...
Oh, this way.
See, from the west side of the maze.
He's got a gun, he's got a
West
gun.
will be...
Oh yeah, we're about to have 31.
Shots fired.
Yeah, kind of. Oh jeez.
1036.
This way is west.
Yeah.
7-7 en route.
Not a big fan of this maze.
Suspect down,
Subject down.
also.
Dead end.
Don't move! Don't move! I got lethal if somebody wants to go in and cuff if anybody's near me.
Should we go maybe this way?
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, they're all dead ends, I think.
Hot Mike.
This one looks a little more open. I'm a jerk. I'll say 1099.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, people will be like, what? Hot Mike, hot Mike. I'm bound and determined to get 1099 to be a thing. Can you cover my 6? I'll go this direction.
Yeah, I've got our backs.
Get the woik.
Yeah. The free get to work.
Coming around the corner, a bunch of construction people with hammers.
Yeah, alternate alternate ending.
Can we roll EMS for this subject?
Jack Creature with a hammer.
Yeah. Get to work.
That was a pretty good Jack Creature, Hemi.
Thanks.
10-4. 10-4.
I didn't know what we were trying to look for here, so I'm just like, I'll kind of look the area over, but I expected there to be some sort of, skybox to help us along, because I was like, I don't
And there was
it
along the
came,
way. But my main idea was the dirt road behind Court Center was where Jack drove his RV up to dispose of that body.
Right.
That was my main idea there.
That was quite a walk
Yeah, it was quite a walk.
What's up, Burger?
655, if you could come over here, we're going to detain all of them.
We currently got an officer down. I'm attending to this officer
I
right
lived
now.
for these G Leos.
10-4.
Sure, everyone else loves seeing him just flood the thing for 2 hours.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
Body at 816 is fresh. TOD seems to be this morning, time of death. Hands are bound by rope consistent with the docks. Rope smells salt water. The letters JC are carved crudely into the left leg.
This is the first time we established the MO.
Did you see something while you were over
You
there?
just hear me breathing. It's driving me nuts, but I'm breathing through my mouth because my nose is just nothing but snot. I'm sounding like a gassed MMA fighter in the 5th round. Well, I'm just thinking a little more about that body. I'm taking deep breaths here, man. I'm like dying. I'm so blown up, and I'm just sitting here.
Thinking more about that body.
It looks like it was this morning. I mean, that body hasn't been there that long. Rope kind of reminds me of like the dock.
I just love seeing the end. The end.
Looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was wanting to keep it on screen too, so I can kind of harken back to what was said there a little bit. But you just get the obsessive ends. For it.
Do you use pedals or do you use your keyboard?
I don't have pedals. I
Okay.
am keyboard, mouse, and controller.
Okay.
And the mouse is really only used for Air 1, or if my hand's free, I'll grab it really quick and whip it if I hear a shot or something. My philosophy there is it's kind of like don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't know what you're missing if you don't have it. Because what will happen is something will break and then you really don't know what you had until it's gone. So I would rather just so when I'm in pursuits, I'm hitting right alt with my pinky finger as I'm making call outs or hitting N to talk to my partner or whatever as I'm making call outs. And
yes.
I don't recommend it. But also I've only got so many ports in the back of my computer too.
Well, that's how I used to operate. I used to do the N key with the controller in my hands. Because I'm mainly controller player. Like I don't use my keyboard much unless I have to, or if I'm typing something, or if I'm using the in-game phone, or if I'm doing whatever else. But I'll mostly use my controller. I used to just rest my pinky on my N key, and that's what I would do. But now I got the pedals now, so I'm kind of just using those.
I also don't have a Palm Pilot, or what are those things called?
I have no idea.
Not Palm Pilot. The streamer tablet.
Stream Deck?
Stream Deck. I don't have a Stream Deck either.
I have one, but I don't use it.
Everything is on the keyboard or on the controller. 99% of it. And I'm not a keyboard cat. That would drive me absolutely insane. I know
Huggo, I don't
that have been around in the past, present, and even future that are keyboard cats with the mouse, and I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know how you could do that.
Courtney, welcome to the Ken Club. Happy
hit
Zeros.
the wrong button. I'll tell you one thing.
Enjoy your members videos.
On the live server, I was Craig. We were doing the drug running.
Your memory emojis
and 1 through 5 are your hotkeys for your main
Ken badge next to your name. Look
in
at
your
that.
pocket, so to speak. And
Welcome.
apparently, the next one.
Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate
that. The first thing that's in your inventory that's not 1 through 5 is actually triggered by 6, and I had a joint on that spot. And I was going to hit 5 to pull out whatever was in my number 5 slot, and I accidentally hit 6. Next thing I know, Craig's smoking a joint and seeing stars, and I'm like, no, what the fuck? So anyone on live server, whatever that next item is after your 5, make sure it's something you don't care if it gets bumped, because if it's a joint or coke or something, you're in for a ride. I'm waiting for the day a police officer is just standing there and he's getting ready to pull out his gun and said he blazes up. He's got evidence. But Yeah, so let's see here. Let me anything else to say here? Are we good? Kind of got off on a side tangent there.
Yeah, good.
It looked like some kind of rigging rope.
JC car.
County 6
You know what
medics
JC?
to hurry to 1036. The downed officer, he's currently unconscious, multiple gunshot wounds.
JC.
EMS is out, VM out.
I mean, how many JCs have you met in your life? I mean, it could be anybody.
Good news. If you type in JC into the CAD, it comes up with 100. It comes up with 178.
I mean, that's a start.
Good.
Oh, look! Did you know there's? So I don't know if you'll see it in my trimmed down recording because I edited it around as much as I could, but it froze the fuck out of my screen, my CAD, everything froze to shit. So if you're doing a very broad search and it's more than like 80 people, it's going to rock your freaking computer. I'm just telling you right now. There's a Jesus Christ in state that's known for plain gang affiliation and mentally ill.
Good.
There it is.
I did not know that. That's good to know, though.
Oh my God. There it is. Jack Creature. Friend of yours? Yes, I've been investigating this guy. I put a warrant out on him.
Warning. Warrant. Violent.
I was gonna say the Jimmy Carroll guy looks pretty like a normal dude.
County 656.
80's got a warrant on him,
Go ahead.
and so do I. What was 80's
Pretty-
warrant for?
Like a normal dude.
Hit local and fled scene of accident. Okay. Do you recall that at all?
Mm-hmm.
It would have been November 1st, so that
Yep.
would have been before you'd put it all together, right?
Yeah, I was driving around as Jack, and I had just gotten. I was talking to someone on the side of the road. I was getting their info.
No, you weren't driving around as Jack. You were driving around like a jackass, is what you
Yeah,
were
pretty
doing.
much. I was stealing someone's license plate on the side of the road, and they were like yelling at me for it. So I get in my van and I leave, and I pop a bitch, and I like start driving, and I end up hitting a local that's running away from Sandy, and 80 like stops next to me with lights on, like gets out of the car and is like, "Oh my God, like what did you do?" And I kind of just like was like, "It's not my fault." And I just like kept driving. I guess he put a warrant out on me.
And then exactly a month later, December 1st,
Mhm.
that is what we saw a minute ago.
Mhm.
And so do I.
Did anyone call for tow reference this Lincoln on our scene?
That's negative, but it's something to be off rotation.
434's arrested him, and so is 62.
10-4, I have to double check because apparently a tow truck just pulled away with our car and we weren't done with it on the scene.
Oh boy. Okay, that's. Yeah, he evil dude. He evil dude. He's been hiring people to do his bidding for him, basically. He's basically a serial killer that hires people to hide his dead bodies. That was basically all I knew at that point.
Mm-hmm. That's all the info you had.
Yeah.
So even though I don't fully have the MO, I'm like, he kills people and then passes it off on others?
Fleetwood, your life is about to get rocked.
So he disassociates.
County 656.
Okay.
But the last couple of minions of his, so
for
to
your
speak,
information, if you
that
put
I
it out
arrested,
for people to
they
keep
gave
an eye
him
out,
up.
it was
Hold
an
on just a
old,
second.
apparently rusted out, older model tow truck that took our black Lincoln Town Car. If anyone sees that, could you please have them stop and advise me?
Sorry, I could not hear myself think.
Units are you all clear direct?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was just saying,
And-
the last time I arrested a couple guys affiliated with him, they gave him up.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So have you you know what he looks like?
I don't know that I've actually.
Oh,
He-
they just
well-
they just kind of gave you his name.
So I chased him one time through Sandy Shores, and when I came around a corner, He saw me before I saw him, and he slit my throat. No.
Yes.
August 24th.
The flashback.
451 updated location.
Panic unit 451.
Did you even hear me snorted?
Boulevard /
451, where you at?
The flashback is
Ketchup's
crazy.
call out was 451. Where are you?
451 updated location.
Panic unit 451. 1020.
That's perfect. So good.
451, where you at?
It's so good.
I last saw him run hit back here behind the auto body shop.
I got 451. He's right here in front of the best.
Oh.
And 6-2 just happened to be there, and just, God, if it was any later, you know, that's the only time I met him, and I didn't even know that was him till later when I saw the report.
Oh wow. Okay.
Lima 2057.
Go ahead.
You're the one that's on scene here at Quartz, correct?
Hey,
RV, truck, some kind of prints like that.
Currently looking over the body and trying to get our evidence with the CSI team. Do you need any assistance on your end?
I think we're sufficient.
Negative. I think we're fine. We're just up here chatting, investigating.
Chat and investigating.
It's got to be this guy. I mean,
Yeah, that was 5-7 that was talking.
yeah.
We
Well,
can
no,
go
but
in there and-
yeah, we can fill her in. Hey,
So,
I know who did this.
Oh yeah, who?
Have you ever heard of Jack Creature?
That sounds familiar. I feel like I might have seen it on the news.
We're in an alleyway
Yeah.
here, 1024.
Well, you see that in the leg there, the carving of JC.
655.
So we pulled up the CAD and just did the initials JC and scrolled through the mentally ill. And the second I saw that name, I knew it.
Has he done this kind of thing before?
655
Oh yeah, I mean
apparently the
gonna go over the story again. Of his underlings a while back for disposing of dead bodies for him. He's like a serial killer that has other people dump his bodies. A few months ago, we were chasing him through Sandy, and I popped around a corner and he slit my throat. Flashback. No.
Again, just pull it up again.
I couldn't talk through all the blood. Just having flashback again. As if you've never seen him before.
Oh yeah, I mean the slit throat thing is an injury here, and looks like the.
Oh, that was a question I had for you. You slitting my throat back in August, did that play into Jack's MO, or was that a coincidence?
Did it play into his MO, or was it his MO the whole way?
Right, like are you asking me, or are you wanting me to rephrase?
No, I'm asking you. Do you think it was his MO? Or, I mean,
well, because you, I mean, I'm kind of talking IRL at this point, out of context, but you didn't know what Jack Creature was going to be back then. So did that scene where you slit my throat play into the development of his MO later, or was it a coincidence?
I think it was a coincidence, but I would also like to say Jack likes knives. So it's not a stretch of the imagination.
Like knives in the early days.
Yeah, it's not a stretch of the imagination that he has always had some sort of infatuation with slitting throats.
But the fact that, well,
but at that time, no, it was not established as his MO. Like back when I cut your throat.
If I go back, if I remember right, I went back and saw your POV of that August one, and that stab motion wasn't the same in your eyes.
No, not at all.
It was a slash for me, but it was more of a stab for you.
And even at that, I can't control whatever, animation it does when I do it. So
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
no.
yeah. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I was like, I wonder if he went back and saw that and went, ooh, slit throats might be a good way to do it. Or if it was, people slit throats when they kill people thing.
I think it was more like that. I'm not a real serial killer.
Oh, yeah,
That's what a
maybe
real
someday.
serial killer would say.
Oh, yeah, I think I want to slit people's throats. I'm just like, no.
Well,
it's
no,
not
but I
me.
mean, I at least I watch a lot of true crime, so although
do
I'm
too.
not one, I'm kind of in tune with what they do in a way,
Yeah.
The victim is tied up from around with some rope that looks like it's like boating rope.
We're just
or
busy getting
sailing rope.
geocaches, bro.
Yeah. Is that?
We're just busy over there getting geocaches.
Yeah.
You guys
And
are
here
just
we are. We've got a
investigating
whole tent set up, and we're doing a full-on investigation. Yeah, I smelt the seawater on that. The sea salt. What's his
far
address?
way to bring a body.
Oh, here's where we see
Unless
the
he
address.
lives there.
It said Polito.
Polito?
So over there on the trail, when we walked over there, I saw tire tracks look like wide tire, like a wide track vehicle.
Yeah, I
Maybe
saw
a truck
that.
or an RV.
Shannon says none of you are convincing me you aren't serial killers. We know too much, all right. She knows too much. Let's get a ticket and go overseas.
I got a great story about embezzlement in the oil industry in Los Santos. Meet me at 4:50.
You should really check it out.
We must get Bo first. We can't let him interfere.
Does he own anything like that?
656 to the unit is out with that tow truck. Can you advise 28 or negative location?
Now, CSI is going to try to get fingerprints or dental records or that kind of thing. I ran them through the fingerprint system. Haven't gotten anything back yet.
10-4, I'm gonna ride around there because I need to
If
search
the
that car.
body even has liable prints.
Copy that. And you want it in impound, correct?
Viable prints, not liable.
Jeez, that's so annoying. See if I can get some tire impressions.
Otherwise,
what am I, Tony Montana over here? Jesus. Just hitting another one. See if we can narrow it down, because he's got 2 trucks.
Yeah, I was saying he owns a van and he owns a RV.
Yeah. And it was the RV, I believe we figured out that you took. Like the tire prints, we never actually got to turn the tire prints in, I don't think. Or when we did, you guys were already offline. I typed at like 1 in the morning, like, turns in the tire prints from 27 hours ago. Knowing I wasn't going to get a return, but hoping that maybe one of you two were lurking still or something. But I think, well, and he makes, Zach makes a point here that you can't necessarily get the vehicle off the tire tracks. You could narrow it down. So we were left to think that it was the journey, but I don't think we were 100%.
We can go. I saw it at the end of the hill over here. If we want to go look at it.
The what?
The end of the trail. Off to the south.
10:39. East Joshua Road.
Yeah.
This is 2:30 with a traffic stop, please.
You can show me 1051.
Bradley was doing a female cop that night.
Oh, God, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jay's in the chat. He goes, get in line. There's at least one who's coming for me before y'all can get to me. We'll see you soon. About 16 years now. That's a hell of a walk to go get the kit.
Yeah,
I was able to search that.
Journey is a RV.
Didn't find anything of concern. That car's going to
one of them was
the
an
tow truck
RV,
driver.
right?
Nothing further on that.
Yeah. We may have the long way.
Are you available now?
Oh, yeah.
10-4.
We just... make a joke about Journey. So, impressions to maybe Rockford Station, see if they can run them for us.
I loosened your cuffs earlier, and you're
That's
fine.
probably the closest.
The only thing really impressions could really tell us is what, like, how large the vehicle was, how heavy. Because, I mean, tires, you can throw any set of tires on anything, you know.
Yeah, but if you've got a truck and then you've got an RV, I think we're going to probably be able to notice it, right?
Well, yeah, it's going to be a difference. It'll be a,
County 230, you copy the 20.
especially if the Journey is a, dueling.
Well, we got some tire impressions from the path. I mean, otherwise, I mean, we've already got 2 warrants out on him. 080 put one out, and I put one out. I mean, I guess I could put another one out for murder again. You can have 3 warrants. What I've started doing since then is I've been adding to the warrant and putting dates as soon as I get multiple ones. So, like, I think Jack Creature's last warrant there, you'll see there was like February 2nd, February 16th, February, you know, and so on. And it just makes more sense because then you can just add another murder charge. And it's a lot easier than issuing a whole nother warrant and sending people through a rat race trying to read through all of them.
Yeah, and close out X amount of warrants.
Yeah, you just close the one out. In this case, at the end of this night, there was a couple of bolos out for Jack, and I'd have to go back and look. I guess it really doesn't matter now because he's dead, but I think I might have deleted the bolos and added them to the warrant, so there wasn't like 3 separate arrests. You know, I don't remember. We'll just keep stacking them up on him. But I mean, it's your scene, so it'd be your charges.
We can throw a bolo in the system for his plates.
What is this? Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, if we confirm which one's which. Sometimes the locals get a little wild in this parking lot, to be fair.
Yeah, so the weirdest damn thing happened. You know, being on the scene at night with the serial killer out on the loose, I had about 10 cars in the parking lot, and as I was sitting in my car getting Athena back in, all of the car alarms went off all at once.
Oh, that's not
that's
ominous.
creepy. Now, obviously, you didn't have anything to do with that, but I think it's worth stating just in case people don't know the dynamics of that parking lot and how
it's insane
shifty that parking lot can be.
Before people are like, whoa, 10 cars went off. That means he's coming back on the 10th.
Yeah.
Let me state again. Jack Creature is dead. Fully. I still get people in my chats. I still get people in my chats that are like, dude, like, you got to bring him back. Like, no, I'm not.
Oh, maybe
in a different world.
I'll get it every now and then. Do you think Jack Creature will come back and do this? And up to this point, I've been biting my lip because I didn't know if you were publicly stating it yet. But
no, he did.
He gone forever.
He perma-dead.
Yeah.
He got lit the fuck up a second time.
Yeah.
First time he miraculously survived. Second time, not so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah, I was like, do I lock my door? Or like, is that internal, like, I should just lock my door and leave? And I was like, I can't do that, I'm a cop. So I cleared every single one, and I mean, they're gone now, but it was just about the creepiest damn thing that ever happened to me at night on a, serial
thing. Because this is a very intricate area. Okay, so here this was for the viewers, because I obviously knew you two were off doing something else. You had already alluded to finding another geocache, So I was like 90% sure you were off doing that. And I was just like, oh, but you got a serial killer on the loose, and this is a very complex. So although I was kind of partially watching, and I had no knowledge of Jack viewing me from afar at this point, I was pretty sure that he wasn't going to be there anyways.
Yeah, hold on one second.
I mean, you can literally walk all the roofs legitimately through here. he could literally be anywhere.
Yeah. So I'd say we probably need to put out the where we can. I mean,
we need to confirm the tire impressions first.
Well, yeah. At the same time, he has a van which uses a truck platform registered to him. He's also has a RV registered to him as well. So,
did you ever use a vehicle that wasn't registered to you?
Did I?
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I used a lot of vehicles that weren't registered to me because this really awesome cop like put bolos out on all my vehicles.
Had to rent a van.
Well, I wasn't sure because I don't recall anyone ever claiming they got a bolo hit, but I was reactivating them on a couple of nights, so I wasn't sure. There was a fine line between letting the story go and not doing what you would logically do in real life.
Right, yeah.
Because if I knew that a serial killer was out and on the loose, like, again, think of it from a real life perspective. Say you have a serial killer that gets out twice a month and kills multiple people, and you've got a sign that he's out doing his thing. Would there not be any cop in this world that wouldn't bolo anything about this guy that they could possibly bolo?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a fine line between not fucking you over in the story you're trying to tell, and being as legit as I could and doing the appropriate police work too. So,
well, I mean, not for nothing. Everything you did, those roadblocks just pushed me to like be more creative and be more,
careful, even
careful. Yeah, and it kind of kept me on my toes as well.
We were so nervous all the time.
The life server's done that for me with the drug running with Craig. I'm always paranoid I've got a warrant. I'm always paranoid the cops are watching me. The other night I did not know I had a warrant on me. I was legitimately fishing, and my car pinged because one of the police officers came into the pier where you get the job and was just running plates, and it hit. And I'm trying to remember exactly how this played out, but when I got in the car, he pulled me over, and I'm like, "What's this for?" And they're like, "You got a warrant." And I'm like, and there's no way to G me and go, "No, I don't." And then once I looked at the warrant, I was like, "Oh, that's a legit warrant." Okay. So I was like, "Well, we're just gonna have to run here." But the whole time, like the whole night, I was watching my ass everywhere. Like, I've got to be careful, but Craig's also an idiot, so I can't be too careful because Craig's a fucking idiot. So I had to make myself known to the cops every now and then. I would put an ad on Birdie with my picture that goes, "Buy from me." But yeah, it kind of puts me in mind of that anyways.
We can also just kind of throw both of those in there.
Oh, that's true. We can just bolo both.
Yeah, because he's got two registered. And he's got a black weenie Issy, so a Mini Cooper registered to him as well. But those tires were too thick to be car tires.
Officer Rodriguez, LSPD. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, are you okay, man? Or what can I do for you? What's going on?
I just made it to where at least it'll ping on officers' things.
Okay, where are you at? Under the what? Under Dutch London. Okay, go ahead and call 911 and we'll get over there, okay? Call 911, we'll get people over there to help you out, okay? Alright, just get somewhere safe if you can. And obviously call 911 and they can stay on the phone with you, okay? Okay. We'll be over there soon. Fuck. That lady I was talking to just got stabbed. Her boyfriend called me.
Oh, shoot.
They're doing a geocache thing, so I'm wondering if Jack Creature is stalking the geocache locations. Because those folks
I had not thought of that at this point. That I mean, I probably would have within a minute or two of that, but that was James that beat me to that. I was like, why I was thinking maybe the geocachers were a target of his, but it was geocachers in general. Like you were just baiting people in. Didn't matter who, right?
Maybe during the stream, maybe that's what I would have said. But looking back on it, based off his MO, I want to say now, I think it was more Jack was watching his last dump site.
Yeah, that's
and
what
as he was watching his
determined.
last dump site, the two geocachers had found the body and then became loose ends.
Yeah.
Okay, so they weren't initially loose ends, but they kept stumbling on. So the geocache sites were coincidental.
That was a complete coincidence
but
to
a trail
yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For you, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
While I am paused, how hard was it to remember if you forgot a cutscene in your RP, including this one? And I followed up by saying, like, details from a previous investigation. And he said yes, or any other RP. I mean,
Ashley
not
with the
having
20.
case files didn't help.
Thank you. No question,
so,
just appreciation.
like
No, we
here,
appreciate
I think I was
you,
doing
Ashley.
pretty good at remembering the stuff from December 1st and remembering the August throat slit.
We could all put W's and thank yous for Ashley.
And then, as this particular
she
episode
keeps this place
continues,
safe and
'cause this is
fun
just
for
tracking
everybody.
Jack Creature. This just puts together those
Fantastic mod.
3 nights.
Yep.
But once we get
And even
into
better
what I'm
friend.
going to be calling the return of Jack Creature,
Thank you, Ashley. I
that's where it's a
appreciate
clusterfuck in my head.
Talk to we're out of state as well, and so is that body.
Thank you,
over
Joseph.
there.
So probably tourists doing the geocaching thing.
That might be who he's targeting, yeah, because he stabbed the female, apparently. He said, my girlfriend's been stabbed, and, you know, they're looking for the geocache. They're under Dutch London Street at 349.
Well, let's head over there, I guess, and then, if you're clear here, we could head down there, and then, maybe the boyfriend could tell us where the next geocache is?
Yeah, I told him to give me to go ahead and call 911 and we'd be on the way.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's head down there. We'll do code 3 since somebody got stabbed.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Okay. And so that's where we come to this new one here. So I am at the halfway point of tracking Jack Creature. Nate, you said you had something. Are we to a point where you can produce that, or?
No. So my thing I want to show is after Magnum Opus.
Okay, yeah, and it's gonna be a minute before we get there, I think. 'Cause
Yup.
we still got.
Maybe
We're
next
only
Monday, I
halfway
guess.
through this. We could call it here, or we could push a little bit further, or maybe we open up for Q&A at this point. I mean, we've been taking them as they go, but maybe we dropped a thumbnail and kind of see what people have to ask us.
Yeah, it's fine.
Open the floor.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, because after this is kind of you know, everything happens pretty quick.
It starts getting pretty intense from
Yeah,
here. Like here, it's what you've seen to this point is kind of the building blocks of what the story they're trying to tell. But as tracking Jack Creature continues from here, as many of you have already seen, it starts ramping up. We start pulling in more cops. We get a TAC channel, and we're actively tracking him from this point. Because we know we've got someone on the loose who is not stopping until he's got what he wants or he's caught. So I think this is probably a good stopping point for the review portion. Open the floor up.
Hashtag Team
You
Peter,
sound like you
hashtag
were
Rose, let's
fighting
go.
for your life. You sound so sick in this video, Faye. Yes, I don't know if you were here earlier when I said it, but I was. I had that.
I like to
stuffy
think that
nose cold for about 3 weeks.
the ending did
It just
justice with
would
them.
not
I think they're
Um,
living the good life.
Shannon, there's so many that may never be answered. Oh, loose ends. Yeah. I think and as we go into this, especially with the return of Jack Creature, again, speaking from my perspective, where we begin on that portion from February 2nd on, I think you're going to, I think all the loose ends get answered if you're paying attention close enough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit it to where it makes sense, but if you're paying attention, you'll get it. Because again, it was a clusterfuck in my
Well,
mind.
you know what I mean,
and
Ashley.
Although the loose ends were being tied up at points, it was kind of unbeknownst to me. Shannon said this is all super interesting. I never really got involved or paid attention to it until he came back. So it's good seeing all this with behind the scenes stuff. Well, Shannon, we're gonna work through the whole series here, and at some point you may get a DM asking to be a special guest. So just a little bug in the air there.
I got something from Doc Strange.
Okay.
Is there any scene that stands out that you wish went differently?
Read that again.
Is there any
Yeah.
scene that we did that stands out that you wish like went differently? Like it didn't go exactly as planned, or
Yes.
Roxwood.
yeah.
Roxwood's on my list. But end of Magnum Opus. I wish that we didn't end up, getting Jack killed at the end of that.
I agree. That was going to be one in my mind because it throws an awkward break in it. Because he technically died there. And you even at one point, we're jumping ahead, but you alluded to being back next October.
Yeah,
then
and
you
that's another
returned
thing
in
I wish.
February.
Nothing I wish I didn't do.
Yeah.
But I wish that I never killed him. I wish that I left it open ended. Because then, I don't know. The thing I was gonna show was the way he came back, which is like, I think I did a pretty good job on that video in general. But I don't know. But yeah, that's one that I wish that I just didn't kill him that night. I wish I had rather kept it open ended.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. Because it would have been more of a fluid story. Say he didn't die, we just sent him back to the insane asylum and he breaks out again. As mundane as that is, that would have been better than, oh, he died and he's back alive again. J Storm says, I feel like one of the nights when Jack was originally at the Yellow Jack on a crowded night was something he wasn't ready for. LOL, when I first met him. I know you have a video on that.
I do. I think Jay Storm's talking about like when the first night, like I think when it was Orange Hoodie Jack, so it was before Magnum Opus, but I was at Yellow Jack right in Platestown, and I think you, Drew, actually announced to the bar, whoever goes outside and punches that guy in the face gets a free beer.
Oh,
and then,
I wasn't Fleetwood. I was.
No, you were
Sid,
Mama.
Right? Oh yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Boat Boy comes out and just docks me in the face.
Guess that's one loose end that never got.
You were literally like, whoever goes out there and punches that creep in the face gets a free beer. I'm like, oh god.
Oh, so yeah, you never got Chuck, I guess.
No. And someone had like warned me. They're like, oh, they offered free beer for someone to punch you in the face. And I didn't think about it.
Now.
Yeah.
Was that the night? I'm gonna look it up really quick, low key in the background here. So stay on thumbnail if you don't mind. But,
yep. Yeah, I got you. I'm on thumbnail.
I'm gonna look and see if my calculations are right. It would be the night of the game that Mama played, where the Who's Your Daddy game. It would had to have been that night. There it is. Let me see if I can find it while we're just kind of yucking it up here. Any other questions out in your chats?
Not at this time.
How did you and Hemi become such a dream team for RP? I don't know. It just happened.
I've been meaning that. Did you guys meet in OCRP or have you known each other longer?
Yeah. You wanna go over our our love story?
You could go over it.
Sure. Okay. Bugs and Ryan were doing the Was it the recording server? Was it mean?
It was recording server.
Yeah. So they were doing the yellow tow trucks stealing cars out of the Yellow Jack or like wherever. But I was running around as Ken. He's the guy that he talks like this and he really likes Shirley Temples.
Yeah, the heavyset guy with the
with the red
inhaler around his neck or whatever.
It's a mister and it's got DB soda in it, so I keep it on me, so if I'm thirsty I can just spray it on my face.
Okay.
So yeah, we were hanging out. I don't think we even interacted before that, but there was like a group outside No, you know where it was? It was at the motel, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the motel. For some reason, Blake pulled over at the motel. I was there, and a tow truck pulled up. As Blake got out, Ryan was like, "Hey, look at my engine in my car." And we looked. I genuinely did not notice his car get stolen. But basically, he was like, "Well, let's go find my car." And I'm like, "All right, we'll hop in my van. Like, we'll go, look around." And we ended up picking up 2 other people. I can't remember off the top of my head who they were at the time. But we went from like all over the county. We went all the way to the city at one point. And I don't know, just like we vibed really good that night. And then I think we did one more interaction, and then I think we started streaming together.
You didn't even stream at that point.
Yeah, I wasn't even streaming. So, yeah, I don't know. It clicked, if that made sense. Like, you could just tell that it was a solid chemistry going on there. We were like, you kind of riffing off each other, and yeah, one thing led to another. Here we are.
And then there's also those stupid moments. Like, I feel like I've known Hemi my whole life.
Oh, we sync up all the time.
Yeah, like, and it happens all the time. Like, there's been times where me and him have just said the exact same thing at the exact same time.
Or done the exact same emote, or dressed the exact same. Like, thousands of clothing options, and we dress the exact same.
Oh, hold on, I have a great example. Where's that short?
Oh, the one we did as the couple?
No. There's the I think it's sorry. I think it's on your channel, Hemi. I'm gonna find it right now.
Okay.
It's when we did the race around the map medics thing.
Oh yeah. Dude, that
Hold
is
on,
one
I'm
of the
gonna find it.
It's a short.
That is another one of those. Yeah, I'll find it.
It's one of the funniest things I think we've done simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
guys, go back there. Mama, defend yourself.
Oh, man. Ah! You want to fight?
Okay, I'm on thumbnail. I can't just have the audio playing of this. Oh, and I'm not even showing the correct one. Let me Mama Roger. This isn't it, but it was just like, oh, what is this?
Oh.
Guys, go back there. Mama, defend yourself.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
You want to fight? Let's go.
Shit, they're breaking. It's a fat happening.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
What going on?
What going on?
Yeah, my shot. I think it was just mama.
Okay, Wilmer, come out back.
Anyways. I was just trying to I don't think it was this night. There was another night or two where Chuck and Wilmer came in randomly while I was running the bar too, so I don't think it's this night. I just don't know how else to track it down because it wasn't the name of the stream.
Were you able to find it, Timmy?
I'm still looking for it.
Should be maybe a month ago.
It was a while longer than that, I think. Is it before or after the Santa event?
Should be after that, I think.
Okay.
It was called the Great San
I got it.
Andreas Race.
I got it right
No,
here.
you got it. All right, send the link to Drew.
Okay. We just
I mean, it was that, and then when Jack came back and kept being called the Lizard Man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Little Jack and Jack Creature isn't a good match.
Let me put it in the chat or in the DM.
Mimu, as a member, you can watch the full feature length that I have for members only, or you can watch them each individually on the channel too. It's like a love story, Nate and Hemi.
Drew, you
that
get
short
the,
is in
in
the group
DM.
chat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's OCRP. Let me come to this. And the group chat. I gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want, mama's boy?
Oh, hang on. Let me unmute that. Pull it up on screen. It's going to be kind of awkwardly lined up, but you guys will be able to see it. Here we go.
Perfect.
And action.
What do you want, mama's boy?
It's not mama's boy, man. It's my dad.
All right, daddy's boy. What do you want?
Just because your dad bought you the car.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't care that your dad's a lawyer. You think I care, huh?
Hey, can you guys just be nice?
No. What do you want, mama's boy?
It's not mama's boy, man. It's my dad.
All right, daddy's boy. What do you want?
Just because your dad bought you the car.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't care that your dad's a lawyer. You think I care, huh?
Hey, can you guys just be nice?
No. So good.
You guys are on point with that.
So, on Hemi and I just clicking, it's moments like that, and we don't. And that's not the only one. We have probably 100 more.
We just did one as the couple,
like that.
where we both just
Yes,
were
we
like,
did.
"I don't watch TV," and then we just both collapsed.
We did one the other night too. I forget what we were doing. I just know that we did one.
I feel like Daniel and Chester are that way too. There's a lot of instinct with those two.
It doesn't matter. It's any character. We're just on the same.
I mean, we're kind of getting off a topic.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
I could pull something up though.
And fun fact, that guy that I'm playing as right there was Vincent Van. So I got kidnapped by Jack Creature twice.
Twice.
And
I lived twice.
I got a book deal.
Book deal. What was I? Oh yeah, it's gonna be the one that has Ketchup standing by the car. Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, that's from a long time ago.
That's a good one.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Did you guys call?
Oh yeah, we go. Let's
Just kind of skip ahead here.
Basically, we got called
First
in
time
for
I
like jumping on like a tow truck or something like that.
Which I didn't think we'd get called in for, but we did.
Yeah.
He didn't want to press charges, but it kind of I put it in there because I allude to it on the traffic stop. Like, oh, what about jumping on tow trucks? Oh, they called on us. Okay, yeah,
He hopped out of the car before.
You guys were killer, dude.
Okay, well, first of all, this is a traffic stop.
Funny because we legitimately thought we pissed you off this night. Like we made Drew so mad.
That's great. Just get
3006.
These characters are insufferable though, so that makes sense. They're meant to be.
Crazy, man. Hey, sir. So, my name's Officer Hines. Okay,
What's up?
iPad kids do it all the time, says Shannon.
Yeah.
And the reason for the stop is for your running a red light over there, man.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, what's the deal? What's with the
Oh, we're just trying to get clips, bro. We got content to make, man. We got content. We're content creators, dude.
Content creators?
Yeah, we can't waste any time, man. You're gonna be in the
what is
thumbnail. Yeah, you're gonna be in the thumbnail.
What's that?
What's a thumbnail?
Like,
How to touch opposite.
Is
Like
that
a
an
movie
illegal
poster?
substance?
No.
Oh
It's
my
like a
God,
movie
Hines.
poster. And like, people
What?
are
I'm
gonna
not
see
into
it
this
online,
technology
and then they're
thing.
gonna click on it and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so interested in this video because there's cops there." And then they're gonna click on it, and they're probably gonna follow us because like, holy cow, these guys just like dealt with the cops like pros. That's crazy.
Yeah, we can make the title
Anyways, you're on camera, bro.
We can make the title like
Wait,
prank cop showed up, prank cop.
You want people to follow you? That's
Yeah,
isn't that
follow
like
me.
stalking?
No, like
You clearly
online,
don't
bro.
understand what online is, bro.
Yeah, maybe you should like stay on the internet, dude.
Pick up your phone.
Yeah, like go inside.
I
don't
got a
touch
flip
grass.
phone. I got a flip phone.
Lose your life and just stay online, bro. Like don't touch
You need
grass.
a smartphone, dude.
Lose your
Wow.
social medias. Just like
Do y'all have,
just use.
Do you have a driver's license and proof of insurance?
Of course I do.
I had one about 16
Can I
years
go ahead
ago.
and get that from you real quick?
Here you go.
I'm recording. I'm like,
Daniel
this
Paul.
is becoming a short.
All right, Daniel Paul, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go search my Rolodex real quick and see if I can
whatever
find
that
it.
is.
Rolodex.
I bet this guy probably has a phone book too. What a weirdo.
So what's your guys' content about?
Pranks, funny stuff.
Pranks. Okay.
That's Prankster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Okay. Does pranking involve jumping around on a tow truck and?
Oh yes, it does.
and, Oh, yes, it donuts
does.
on.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Just fully admitting to the crime.
Well, you're pretty fortunate that guy didn't want to press charges because it could have been a lot worse for you guys.
That's crazy, man. He called the cops.
That is crazy.
That's
we should put that in the title. Cops called.
Cops called. Well, I recommend against doing that in the future because he was nice enough to give you guys a pass on that.
Chester,
Well, let's see how many
we
views
should
it gets us first.
Chester, we should go find him and interview him.
We should, man.
We should be like, yo, why'd you call the cops on us? We should act
Yeah.
angry, even though we're not actually angry.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You guys ever heard of clickbaiting?
No.
Oh, okay. So for a minute there, I wasn't sure if you IRL hadn't heard the term or not. You're like, wait, what's that? Because the whole reverse of Ketchup playing the old school guy that doesn't know any of the modern stuff. I'm kind of the middleman, like I get the modern stuff, blah blah blah. To you guys who know all the stuff, and I'm like clickbait, and you're like, what?
Huh?
Actually angry.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You guys ever heard of clickbaiting?
No.
Oh, okay.
What now?
The clickbaiting.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You ever heard of that term?
I don't know.
Is that like from like the 70s?
It might be. I was just thinking out loud.
It's like from the 70s, Chester.
Yeah, is that like fishing related stuff? I don't get it.
I'm so confused.
Actually, I think it's a little more of a modern term, believe it or not.
Yeah, if you say so, bro. I've never heard of it, so it probably doesn't exist.
Like these guys are like the worst clickbaiters ever. And they're like, I don't know that term.
I think even my thumbnails for the influencer videos, I use a lot of those
You
red
put
arrows that you
put
see on
cops
all those.
called and then like big arrows.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
actually do that for the thumbnail? Put
Yeah,
cops
dude.
called? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Because it's in the, you said it was going to be in the thumbnail. You told them.
Yeah.
Cops
You
called.
have to.
Oh my God! So we've talked about the body cam channels on YouTube and that, and some of them are just absurd. It'll be like Karen loses it on cop. Okay, the thumbnail shows someone, a woman who's obviously been put into the thumbnail. Like she wasn't a part of the video, but she just looks like she's raging out, and it says, "I'm better than you." But in no part of the video does she say to the cop, "I'm better than you," nor is the woman in the thumbnail actually the woman that's being the topic. And it's like, I can't even follow this channel. I'm not even going to click on the video. Screw you guys.
I'm not
see you
giving
said
it
another one here.
any interviews.
I have one clip with these two characters that we did. That one. Yeah, hold on, let me pull up my thing here. All right, go ahead. This
Bro,
is
guys,
one of my
Daniel
favorites.
he hit a fire truck, guys. Look at this thing. He hit the side of this fire truck, guys. Oh, oh my God.
By the way, pause it for a second. I don't know if you guys know this, But when Hemi thinks something is really funny, you know Hemi's legitimately laughing when he sounds like a Windex bottle.
A Windex bottle.
Rewind it. You'll hear it, and you'll never be able to unhear it.
Fire truck, guys. Oh my God.
Just my throat trying to catch up.
You will never be able to unhear that.
I'm crying.
Bro, guys, Daniel he hit a fire
Couldn't have
truck,
happened to a better
guys.
guy, you know?
Look at this thing. He hit the side of this fire truck, guys.
I think I accidentally got was it James on scene for that? Was the medic?
I don't know. I know that Pat was the cop.
Whoever was doing the medic that night, they hot mic'd like they were gonna talk to Pat. And as I got hit, you just hear like you hear them laugh. And they're like, I'm so sorry, I should have not laughed.
I'm trying to see if I can tell who the medic is.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is James.
Oh, you're talking about Jim. Okay, no, because there's like 3 medics. You gotta.
Yeah, we T-boned a fire truck. Didn't even mean to. Just like
we were trying to do a texting and driving scene,
and it worked out pretty good, but immediately,
yeah.
Shannon just says beautiful.
I mean, now I'm gonna edit my videos. Whenever you laugh,
You just
I'm
put
gonna
a Windex
put a
bottle.
little. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little animated Windex bottle in there.
Well, I think that's probably a good spot to end her up. You can always watch, more of these videos in your own time, and if anything else, once we finish the Jack Creature stuff, we can go back and review like some of the stuff that the 3 of us have done or something, and just like chuckle and laugh about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. One's in everyone's chat if you enjoyed this kind of format of reviewing something that, we were a part of or whatever.
Yeah, this was a good time.
2's in the chat if you just wish we were on server and not talking about this old stuff.
I mean, and now, next Monday we can review the next part of this Jack Creature story, I guess.
Yeah.
3's in the chat if you want to know what high school Hemi went to.
Antarctica.
Oh, there's a bunch of 1s coming in. We'll see.
9's in the chat if you want me to dress up like a unicorn.
There's gonna be 3's and 9's
for the next one.
I'm getting 1. So let's go.
J Storm 8 was not an option.
Mimu, what's up?
2.5. Yeah, there's an 8 from Jay in mine now too.
I got a 9 already.
I got a 9 from Shannon, a 9
Damn.
from Mimu, a 9 from Ashley, 9 from Flamethrower, 9 from Faye. I almost got more 9s than I got 1s here.
I'm getting 9s now too. Good.
Listen, I ain't even kidding. I got the unicorn onesie right behind me. I'll do
it. Joseph drops in a 9. Jay was never taught numbers. Base says 6.
The hell's 8.9? What's that? Tim, what's 8.9?
The zipper down a little bit. I don't know.
We ought to make a bet with Nate that he can't win and make the punishment being wearing a unicorn outfit on camera.
I will do it. Don't disrespect
nine.
me like that. I will literally do it. I have one. I've worn it. I will wear it again.
I've seen a picture of you wearing that somewhere.
Probably.
Do you have it as a thumbnail somewhere or a picture?
I had it as a Discord profile picture for a little while.
Okay, yeah, I thought I'd seen that.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, so do we want to make this like a Monday thing? Because next Monday won't work for me. So
that's fine.
Or we could do it every other Monday, kind of a thing, or
whatever.
When Monday becomes available, or
I am down to do whenever.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear, I guess, and
yeah, we could always just play it by ear and do the next one whenever. I mean, I'm available most evenings, except for Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah, and we'll just shoot for 2 to 3 hour little segments and
Mhm.
try and stick to Jack Creature and try not to degenerate too much. But hey, sometimes
That was fun
right?
at the end, though.
Yeah.
We learned that
If
Hemi's a
it's-
Windex bottle.
Yeah.
And we learned that Daniel and Chester don't know what clickbaiting is, even though
Oh,
it's all they
yeah,
do.
100%. They don't. Of course they don't.
Oh,
There's a term for that, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
That's what we do. We're gonna change the channel name to Clickbaits,
Welcome back to Clickbait Paradise.
There it is. I know, like, next time Fleetwood runs into you guys, go, oh, there's Clickbait Paradise again. Although
bro,
we'll
it's
get
Clickbait Paradise, bro.
We'll get to it eventually, but Chester and Fleetwood had a real heart-to-heart.
Yeah, in one ear, out the other.
The final feature, the night of the final feature. But
yeah,
like Fleetwood actually felt like he was kind of getting through to Chester a little bit.
No, bro.
But then Chester ends up doing stupid shit and getting killed.
Completely
And I realized it was all for naught.
Bro, I'm just looking at how shiny my car is the whole time.
Yeah, Shannon, the original reason this channel is called Derailed is because a group of friends and I would always have conversations that would constantly get derailed by someone else bringing up another topic. We'd never stay on a topic for more than 5 minutes. And we were like, we ought to make a podcast about that. So that's where it comes from. Everyone's like, do you like trains or what's going on with that? And it's like, no, it's because I can never stay on one topic too long. But anyways, I think any final words, any last comments, concerns, questions?
I think we pretty much covered what
Anything in
we
your
could.
chats?
This, yeah.
I got my name legally changed to Clickbait Paradise.
I just got you and Timmy's love story is so cute with a heart. There you go.
Jesus.
Okay, so with your musical talents, Nate,
Yeah.
you should Weird Al style do a song called Clickbait Paradise.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Based off of like Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise.
Okay.
But in Daniel's voice.
Okay. You don't have to tell me twice. I love playing guitar in my character's voices. It's fun. I've done it with Blake and Jack. Now let's add Dan to the list.
There were a few of us that were at your concert at the Vinewood Bowl. That was pretty
I know.
cool.
I saw that. It was wicked cool. I mean, I'm stuck to playing all original music there that's not posted online so that no one gets hit with copyright, but still.
Chelsea in with a late one. But thank you, Chelsea. Might be a couple minutes behind. Yeah. Been streaming most our lives, living in a prankster's paradise. Okay, well, if everyone's good, then I guess I'll go ahead and mute up, and we'll wrap our streams up.
All right, sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna go over and raid somebody real quick. Let's see who we can go raid. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun being able to go back through everything and look at some side stuff that we did. A lot of good memories had. So it's nice to rewatch some of that. Let's go on over. Let's go on over to a man named Ryan. And it's not his birthday yet, but it is very, very soon, in like 3-ish weeks. I didn't forget, Ryan. So let's wish him a happy early birthday from Hemi. And make sure you drop a like. And, if you like his content, I think you will. Make sure you're subbed over there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate all of you. Have a good night.